Well, anyways, it's Saturday night. Do you know where your nerds are at? Well, some of them are right here. Anyways, we're gonna play D&D, and we have a dungeon master tonight. His name is Mark, and he's down there, and he's gonna dungeon master Panovo for us. So I get to be a player, and that's what you get to see. So I'm out. I'm out. It's up to him now.
All right. I just swallowed a big thing of pepper, I guess. I don't know. All right, well,
Nice.
it's Saturday.
You
It's
joking on
Panovo.
it?
Yeah, my eyes are all watery now. Uh, we
He's
find
just happy
ourselves
to
in the
be
world
here.
of Panovo. That's where we are. And we've got our AARPG crew. So why don't we go around and do introductions? And why don't we start with Rag?
All right, Matekura here, and I am playing Rag, who is a young and somewhat naive bearkin who is excited to be an adventurer and ready to get out into the world and save people. And he is a barbarian who is not too bright and tends to get himself in over his head because he's only level 2.
All right, sounds good. And why don't we, just in case, go to just in case?
Yep. Diablo Bob playing just in case. He's a level 2 artificer who is also a level 2 Ninja Turtle and likes to help out his party members and other people. He worships the goddess of hentai, and yeah.
All right, sounds good. Ba-dum, ba-dum. And why don't we go next to Ilios?
Ilios Melos is a unicorn, humanoid who is a wizard, but of the scribe variety. So he can manifest a quill anytime he wants. He can erase things that he wrote with the quill in any color. He has a spell book that is sentient, and that's
You're my only friend.
Whoa. All right, and how about Mr. Dudious?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Drake, and I'll be playing Dudious, the best cleric spellcaster ever that's level 2. Just say,
real good.
Celestian species, and he is very overconfident and tries to be like Zoolander. That's kind of
He's Celestian. What is that?
an angel with wings,
Oh,
The wannabe.
glowy
Celestian.
eyes.
okay. I'd never heard it with the N before. Celestian.
He's just
cool.
being all fancy using all the letters there are.
So, when you're as far south as I am in, and you're not actually in the south, things are weird down here. So
Yeah. We know about weird. Weird is our specialty. All right. So, who wants to
What?
give the recap of last week?
Not it.
Not it. Well, I can
It's
do it.
fine.
I know these things. All right. So last week you went to investigate at the request of some farmers, particularly Councillor Cade Bramblethorn, some recent crop failures and sightings of strange creatures out in the farmlands. And so you went to go investigate that, which led you through a series of events to the Temple of Madru, where you found a druid performing a ritual. You were able to interrupt the druid from participating in completing that ritual, which also, oddly enough, used many of the same ingredients you need to make your potion to remove your curse, still outstanding. But you did come to an accommodation with the druid. You parted ways successfully, and you find yourselves in the forest near the Temple of Madru. The druid has now departed, and you are ready to head back towards town. I think that's where we left you, something like that. If not, that's what it is now. Sync with what everybody else remembers.
It's exactly what YouTube told us too.
I remember I got stuck digging for no apparent reason.
Yes, you were trying to establish why there was like earthquake-like behaviors,
Well,
and you never did figure that out.
we totally figured out that there was not any creatures under the ground. It was just magic.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well, you didn't use magic. You used shovels, which is a
And
kind
Level
of magic.
The magic of Tell Rag.
we're level 2. We were inspired by knowing that there's magic that could actually do it at level
Just
1.
because magic caused the earthquake does not mean that there are not creatures on the ground. They are not mutually exclusive.
Those are also true. Also true. All right.
For a short time,
So,
Rag was one of those underground creatures.
all right.
It's-
So you think your next course of action is to head back towards the counselor in town. Let him know you were able to interrupt the problems and things should go back to normal. You think,
So,
especially those who are overconfident.
you think we should tell him that we left the druid alive that was causing all the problems? You know. We could leave
What
that
druid?
part out.
Could go. Well, it's up to you. All right. So you're gonna head back to town. Let's start with that question.
Yeah, we'll go back
Yes.
to the dudes that we gave us the quests.
All right. Sounds good.
Maybe
So
take
you.
a stopover.
All right. Where
Maybe
would you
take a
like to stop over?
stopover, get a to the first aid tents or whatever. Kind of get like a rebuff on our little blessing thing to hold off the curse and see how they're doing.
All right. That sounds good. All right. You do that. All right. So you make it back to town. You go back to the fairground, or not the fairgrounds, where the what you call it? You go look at the map. You go back to Clearwind. You go back to um, the Eastport
13.
Haven, which is also where you go to Lucky 13, which is all the counselor was. So you uneventfully get back into town and say you're back on the map. So you want to go to the healing tent. You want to get some buff ups to deal with your lack of sleeping well.
Yeah, that would probably be number 1 on most people's lists. If we haven't been sleeping much.
All right, roll me a d20.
Hey,
Any
you
one
really got to
person.
try this new pillow. It works great. Sleep like a log.
Yeah, we
You
eagly
are
suck.
successful. and receive the joyous healing love of Io, E-I-E-I-O, and you are refreshed, so you don't have exhaustion or anything like that. Right, now you're back in town. What would you like to do?
Make sure you put my name down in the book that I was here. Duty is, yes, thank you.
Get attendance.
So we gotta go turn in our quest.
All right. So you want to go search for Counselor Bramblethorn?
Is that the guy? That's the
I
guy.
believe that was the guy. Feels like the guy. Yes,
Bramblethorn.
Counselor Cade Bramblethorn. Look at me remembering actual details. Woohoo!
Wow.
All
You
right,
must
so
have read
you
the
wander
YouTube
back.
thing.
Yeah, look at that. You wander back through East Haven. You do encounter the counselor. We got a picture of the counselor. Show our streaming friends here, right? I can find it. So you find the counselor again. And what do you tell him? Oh, he says to you as the adventurers arrive. What have you found?
Who's our party charismatic individual party? Is
There
I have
was some
charisma
earthquakes,
13.
man.
were we charisma deficient? A
I have a charisma
14.
13, so
Oh,
Uh,
Helios is 14.
Yes, go for it.
it's all you.
We have determined what caused these earthquakes. It was a ritual that was being performed by a person who was looking to get some extra power, and they have been stopped, and so it will no longer occur.
A ritual, you say? What did you learn about the ritual?
we learned that it was very complicated, and if you're interrupted at the wrong time, it pisses people off. That's one thing for sure.
It's a ritual used to garner more power from the earth, and it was being done incorrectly, which was causing the earth to move, and we stopped it. Not sure what else you need to know.
We corrected the situation.
Well. Well, we'll send some scouts out to confirm, but I appreciate your effort and your hard work, and thank you for your contributions. Thank you, good sirs. And he kind of starts to walk away a little bit.
And we're all like,
Were we-
Yes. Was there more?
Yes. Looking at the quest, I don't remember if you actually ever promised us anything.
Adventurers need money. I have 3 gold.
This quest was rather dangerous. We had to use up quite a bit of our resources. Perhaps we could get some compensation in the form of healing potions or monetary value.
Well, what were your expenses? I'm happy to reimburse expenses, of course, and a little bit of time and consideration. What troubles did you encounter that required consumption of resources?
There was this big
I'll
hole.
turn to just in case.
Deep.
Am I speaking
Well-
common? Does he not understand what I'm saying? We went and there was a
understood you.
spellcaster who was casting a ritual, and we had to stop this ritual from happening. The spellcaster did not simply stop and shake our hands and thank us for stopping her. No, we had to fight her and her minions, plus the various denizens of the forest along the way, and so that was the danger we encountered along the way, and as such, some of us were wounded, and we used up some potions and spell components and other things like this.
Oh, don't
arrows,
forget about the
crossbows.
magical
Spiders, man.
shovel.
Big spiders.
Don't forget about
But
the magical shovel that we used up. That was worth 3 platinum. Yeah, to
the
help stop
shovel of
the warping of the.
Ragnas. Yes, I remember that one.
Okay. Well, I can. So he takes out a piece of paper. He writes something down. It's like I can have the temple replace the healing potions for sure. Um, and we're farmers. We don't really have that much at our means, but I guess a little coin always seems to go well with adventurers, right? Is that
Yeah,
kind of what you're asking about?
Bears gotta eat.
yeah. I
Um,
tore my
then we
pants.
could
I gotta
also
buy some more pants.
do things like rations and uh, we appreciate the potions. That would help us along our way. Yes.
Well, rations we've already hooked you up with. Um, but I can also, so if you need more provisions for traveling, etc., see any of them farmers, they will help you out. You wouldn't want for vegetables or wheat or grain or anything like that. And I did take up a small collection from the farmers, and we can offer you 8 gold as a reward.
We thank you.
Each?
Where would we find these? Which temple, or would we be going to find the potions?
I'll have one of the lads go and run and get them for you. So he waves at somebody. This kid comes. He gives him a few instructions. This kid runs off at full tilt speed. Um, so good
That
sir,
kid
I think
needs to
eight
lay
gold
off the
is
sugar.
is a little bit more than we can afford for sure. Um, but I do have this other, well, fund I can draw on in emergencies. How certain are you that the problems are going to go away?
I'm
Does this
absolutely
come with any
certain
kind of warranty or guarantee?
if I know for certain the individual who was doing it is gone. I cannot say that someone else may not do the same thing or that something else may cause similar issues. However, in this particular case, we have eradicated the threat, and that particular threat is gone for good.
Yeah, she ain't bothering nobody.
Oh, all right.
For a while.
Well, so you haggle for a little bit, and he says, "Well, I think I can put together a total of 25 gold." Uh,
Ooh.
and so he hands you not quite. I'll put it in gold coins, but it's in like every possible currency there is. And then
Think
the boy comes back with a bundle that has 4 healing potions in it.
Thanks.
All copper pieces.
3 copper trade bars, worth 1,000
Yeah.
copper apiece.
So I can. So I put all that in the party sheet.
72 copper trade bars.
Now, did I actually give you the XP for this encounter? I
No.
don't believe that I did.
I don't know. You always say no if you think you did get XP, right?
Whenever the DM asks, you say no.
If someone ever asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
And who do we go to for the ritual?
We got some. Go ahead. We got some gyms and stuff in the party sheet too. We need to disperse among ourselves.
Isn't Dudius kind of holding on to the
Here it is.
Um,
Quest for ingredients.
the quest ingredients?
I'm in charge of something. I thought it
Yeah,
was somebody
the
else.
fern and the thistle and stuff.
I have what they are. I just don't know what we're doing with them. And we're still missing one.
I
Yeah,
have
the
I have
mana.
an empty mana
mana
vial from the
pool.
Druid's Temple. I mean, if that's about all I have in my inventory that's even close to that.
They keep saying that we had to wait for the fair, but we can buy it there with
You
our
can-
8 gold.
Well, we can sell like the ambers 100 gold each, and then there's the party gems and.
We can sell those to buy the mana things, and then Dudius needs to hold on to the fern and the thistles since he's the cleric.
Oh,
He needs
I'm the
to
cleric,
stuff
so
those
I have to lug all this
thorny
heavy
thistles
stuff.
down his shirt to make
Why
sure
is
he's
that?
nice and itchy.
Look how big this bear is. He can lug all kinds of stuff. He's complaining the whole time, stuffing it in his backpack.
Rag is
Do you
happy
really
to hold
trust
it.
the bear to hold the things that's going to get rid of this curse?
Does this thistle have berries? I could eat them.
You could have just stopped with, do I trust the bear? I mean, you didn't have to go on and on and on.
Oh, my bad.
You have to grin and bear it.
What are we doing with the gems and the ambers?
Finding a place to sell them.
Oh, you do recall that the Grand Bazaar is probably the place where things can be bought and sold like that.
Split it up into gold? Can they? Well, I mean, that's a lot of gold. Yes, can you
How many
change
days
these
until the
300
bazaar?
amber chips into gold pieces for us?
Have
4
our
days.
charismatic one haggle for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 days until the magic fair starts in earnest.
I can hold them until then if nobody wants to carry
So
them.
we have to travel to Ernest then.
Ernest, maybe there's
where the
gambling
magic
there,
fair is.
and we can bet all of our winnings. Make a fortune. No.
Well, there you go. Fortunes are being made and lost as we speak. All right, so you find yourselves in East Haven. You have now received your potions. You have gotten your clerical top up. You've met with the counselor. You've received what loot it is that you were going to get. You got 4 days until the magic fair starts in earnest. What would you like to do?
Is there anywhere to buy scrolls?
Well, there are definitely magic shops in the Grand Bazaar. You could probably also go back to the library, which is fairly close to where you are, and ask where you might be able to find scrolls. Seems like people who work at a library would know about that sort of thing. You can check back in at the Adventurers Guild. They might know where those kind of things can be had in this town.
Oh. A hydrate?
I'm not an adventurer. I'm a
What's
scholar.
hydrate?
Well, day to day,
Thirsty
Justin's gonna
scholar.
be working at the
That was good.
aid tents and helping out and trying to keep his ear to the ground, trying to hear any new rumors or information about the area or anything that might help the group.
Did you drop a contact lens? Why do you keep doing that? Get up off the floor. Get your ear off the ground.
Rag just keeps checking the Adventurers Guild quest board.
All right.
Is there anything
So
good there?
go back to the
Anything there?
Adventurers Guild. There is something good there.
All
I was
right.
waiting for you to ask
I
that
like how
question.
it's constantly your initiative too. It's so cool.
Yeah, he's permanently got initiative. 6 rounds in, still mine. Nobody else gets a turn.
Oh, great!
Ooh,
Exactly
we
where
go
we
do
wanted to be.
police work.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
How do they know there's threats at the Grand Bazaar if it's 4 days away? What is this, a premonition?
No, the Grand Bazaar is the
Oh, I'm
shopping
thinking the
mecca.
fair. I'm thinking the
Yes.
fair. I gotcha.
Grand Bazaar is the mall.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Let's go check out the hot topic.
So, is it just a sign? Is that all? I mean, is there a, like, did somebody tell
Well,
us this?
Is there a
typically,
reward on
there's
the
a-
back, or
Typically, with a sign, you go talk to the guild master or I'll call him the guild receptionist, the person who you ran into when you first went into the guild hall.
yeah, Rag will go chat her up.
We'll call him Red.
We're
Red.
still bronze
Receptionist.
level adventurers, aren't we?
Yeah, we haven't
Yeah.
advanced to.
Yeah, we don't have any kind of
We're still F
pass or
rank.
anything, right. We still got to take our boots off when we come in.
Haven't got up to
Damn
E
it.
rank yet.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
All right.
And I'm at the library, so they notify me there.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Rag
the
will ask about it.
all right. So Gareth Brightblade was I'll call him the greeter. I don't know what the right title is. So you find Gareth. You ask him about the sign,
concierge.
about the thefts. It's like, oh yes, yes, it's a terrible thing. The merchants are all concerned. There's been all kinds of high-end merchandise disappearing at night. They lock up their shops. They, secure the goods, and then when they come in the morning, they always notice like one thing is missing or two things are missing, and they're always high value. The local authorities are baffled. Merchants are desperate for help, um, and there's been no trace left behind. So it's been exotic spices, rare artifacts. It kind of makes you think the culprits have a discerning eye for valuable goods. But of course, the market itself has, expansive plazas, open markets. It's very difficult to monitor everything, and it's mostly open at night. Not as much, but it's there. So there's people in and out of the place, um, and it's obviously been most impactful in the Grand Bazaar. Although there's some other thefts of high value merchandise in town as well. Most of the problems have been at the Grand Bazaar itself.
In any kind of pattern, or other than expensive stuff?
Sounds like ferrets. It's a
Or
gang of
fairies?
ferrets.
No one has stolen a ferret. Ferret.
Sounds like monkeys.
Um, the constabulary, or the city guard, has investigated and have been unable to find anything out.
So, what are we supposed to do about it if we find him? Are we supposed to kill him or hang him from a yard arm or something?
Well,
Whatever
there are
that is.
various options. You could hand them over to the constabulary too.
The
With or without their
constable who?
limbs.
The coppers.
The ones that
Coppers.
can't figure out what's going on. We're supposed to just turn them over to them.
Potentially.
Maybe they're in on it.
What?
Stranger things have happened.
Well, I gotta let Rag beat up on somebody. So, is it okay
Oh,
if they
don't
have
worry.
like
One way or
broken
another, I'll
limbs,
find someone to beat up on.
or is there some kind of list of places where these criminals have done their nefarious deeds?
Well, the spice merchants were the ones who were most impacted because certain spices essentially became wholly unavailable in town because their whole stocks were cleaned out. Now, these were not like high volume items. Um, think of like, uh,
Saffron or
saffron,
Mana
exactly.
water.
Maniple water, no, that's not a spice. But things like that are not common ingredients. They come from far away.
spice.
They're very expensive, very desired by the
Can you?
elite of the town
Is
and
it
the
used for
restaurateurs.
hyperdrive? Is that kind of spice? Like.
Yes, the spice must flow. Exactly.
So, these ferrets, they must like Indian food then, huh? What do you guys think?
Possible.
A gang of
Possible.
Maybe.
a gang of French ferrets stealing spices for their stews?
All right. So, are you interested in taking this investigation?
Yeah.
We're like, let's
Fuck
see,
yeah.
choice one or choice. Yes, choice one, please.
Rag's enthusiastic about He'll try anything.
Anything one?
That's
I
like
never
the
wear
menu
pants.
says breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's the
Oh,
menu.
yeah. What's the reward?
Oh, rewards?
What-
You want rewards now?
Well, I gotta
Uh,
pay for my room.
And a new shovel. Yours got a little worn out.
Honey
Yeah.
is expensive.
Toilet paper's
a new,
expensive.
New shovel. Well, I think there is of course a monetary reward. Um, it really hinges on whether or not the stolen goods are recovered, of course. Um, but I suggest you go talk to Zara Spice Weaver in the Grand Bazaar. He's sort of the leader of the spice merchants, if you would, kind of their spokesperson. Our typical for this kind of investigation, for the deep experience that you have, is 5 gold a day, minimum of 2 days. If you crack the case right away, there's an extra bonus. If you take too long, like, you won't make that much. The bonus is directly related to if you find the guilty parties, it's 100 gold. If you recover the stolen merchandise, it's 15% of the merchandise value on top of the 100 gold.
Oh. Is there a list of the Spice Weaver? Is that a title or a name? Because, man, if his name is Spice Weaver and he deals in spices, it was like he was born into it or something like that.
It's possible it's a name was picked up after the profession was established. There may not have been cause and effect.
Oh, that's how they do it down here in the South? I see.
It's possible.
So we gather up whatever information we can get out of this guy, and we go see the Spice
All right.
Weaver.
He has very little, basically.
Have we
I
had a
figured.
long rest since?
Do we take the sign, or how does that work? Like,
You have not had a long rest
Okay.
since you've come back from the village.
I could certainly dump some of this sand out of my shoes at some point too. What time of day is it? What's
Yeah.
is it?
What's the?
It's
Is there a rooster still
like
crowing?
3:30, 4 o'clock, late afternoon.
Maybe we should go to the Spice Weaver in the morning.
Well, all the thefts seem to happen at night, so let's go bang heads at night and then take a nap.
Okay. Maybe just something to wet our whistle and have a dinner and then a short rest. And
But yeah, we can go sit with the
I don't-
spice merchant and
I don't know if
chat 'em up.
anybody
You
like
can try some curry spice
needs a short
or
rest,
some
but
Old Spice.
my character certainly could use at least a sit down. We've been traveling all day.
All day. All day.
So we find like a place near the bazaar that we can get like a cup of
Well,
soup and something
still
to
have
drink.
You still have your cabin, too, or your
Yeah, but
your
somebody's got to
accommodation.
cook and shit. I just got some gold. I
Alright.
want to buy some stew.
Oh, all right, well, you can go stew hunting.
Unless somebody wants to buy stew and make it. Do we have a chef in the party?
Wasn't
I
somebody
know
a
how
cook?
to.
I
know
can
how to
cook
put meat on a
something, but
fire
it's not
and
going to be
burn
very
it.
good.
Well, you head up towards the Grand Bazaar, and on the way you find Emerald's Stew Emporium. How's that?
Nice.
Make some shit up.
A stew
We
emporium.
got goat stew
Man,
and
this is
mutton
like the
stew and fish
spaghetti
stew and
warehouse.
chicken stew and beef stew.
And I get a bowl with a scoop of each. Just one bowl.
Oh, you want the five stew bowl.
5 stew special.
5 stew special. Well, they get this bowl. They actually have 5 stews in it. It's got a little divider for each little section, and you can pull the divider out, and then they'll all mingle.
Perfect.
All right, so you have a 5 stew melange going on.
Yes, I would like
that-
the one that has the most spices in it, please.
Spices of heat or spices of depth of flavor?
All the hot peppers.
Oh, we forgot to ask you what kind of spices they were stealing. Were they hot ones or regular ones? The more expensive spices, please.
Well, there's been a shortage of those, so the dishes have gotten somewhat pricey, but happy to accommodate an adventurer like yourself.
What's pricey? What are we talking here? 2 copper or 3?
Silver.
3 silver? I'll have I'll have just the regular spices then, please. The 2 silver. I buy 2 silver worth of stew and drink, whatever that gets me.
Two silver
Yeah.
worth of stew.
What's my 5 stew melange come to?
It's a specialty.
2 copper.
2 copper. All right.
The 5 stew is from last week, so they
He
only
just takes
charge
the
you to clean
divider
the
out,
bowl.
starts chugging the bowl.
They only charge you to clean the bowl. 2 copper.
Well, there is also the mystical mana curry.
The mystical what?
Ooh,
Mystical
mana
mana curry.
That sounds delicious. How much is that?
It's like a manicure.
That-
It's like a
that is-
Japanese thing.
5 silver.
I'll splurge.
You know,
The reason is that it has essence of mana, which is a rare ingredient that adds a magical touch to this, and enhancing flavors and provide a unique ethereal quality. It has 2 of your favorites, star thistle and dreamshade fern. And then some chili peppers, some coconut milk, some ginger and garlic, and turmeric and cumin.
Didn't we need some mana essence or something?
yeah, we need.
We
Yeah,
some,
needed the mana.
Mana pool. This is not the same.
Oh,
Think of this as like the the
MSG.
artificial vanilla to the vanilla bean.
Right.
They're related, but not the same.
Actually, I think there's more fake wasabi than anything,
Well, because wasabi can't be sold outside of Japan.
right? So, but you go to any restaurant or any store, and they're like, "Would you like some wasabi?"
And you look at the ingredients, and it's horseradish and green food coloring.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Fake wasabi. I don't think I've
And in
ever had
Japan,
real
they hand you a
wasabi.
piece of wood and a
You won't
grater.
unless you've been to Japan.
Yeah. Although, in fairness, horseradish is not a distant comparison, but it is definitely not the same.
Correct.
Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Very much.
So you enjoy your mystical mana curry, your 5 stew melange, and other various.
I'm gonna leave some stew down here in my chest for later.
Judy's gonna chat up the chef or the cook or whoever about where he gets his spices from. The
Well, I
rare
get them from the
ones.
Spice Weavers, of course. You know that I can't afford Zara, so I go to his younger brother Bashik. But I get pretty good spices. Although there's been quite a disruption to the deliveries that we usually get to here to the restaurant. They keep saying they don't have things they always have. Like, I mean, they ran out of essence of mana, and I mean, they even ran out of ginger, which never happens.
Do you think they're
Forget
just
it. Saffron, you can
hoarding
never
the
find that.
hoarding the stuff and then charging more money, or they just totally don't have it?
Well, there are a few ships that didn't arrive, and so the stocks got low, and then some of the inventory was stolen from the spice merchants, which is rare. People don't usually steal spices. And then, well, there was people offering them for sale who weren't our user merchants at very, very steep prices. Fortunately, I had already laid in a good stock.
We look over and he's also got like 3 rows of toilet paper. Oh, you're one of those kind of people.
Hey, maybe the guys that are selling it are the ones that stole it.
Whoa. You're smart for a bear.
Not an average bear. It's got teeth like this. So he goes off and deals with some other customers. As the heat starts kicking in. So the chili peppers are locally sourced, and they add a good fiery kick to the dish. But you really enjoy the creamy base.
I'm glad.
And the 5 stew blend, the flavors come together, and it's more of a texture of the proteins between the lamb, the fish, the beef, the chicken, and the other meat. You don't know what it is.
Venison. Tofu, the other white meat.
Doesn't
But
But
there are
sound
it's
other.
good.
good at all. Chicken
You
and
feel refreshed.
lamb and fish.
Rag, not a discriminating connoisseur.
Sorry,
Oh, it's my turn.
I hit the
All
wrong, I hit the
right.
wrong button. Hit the wrong
I
button.
dodge.
But I will give the party a short rest since you are refreshed.
Hey, what's up, Scarlet Watch? Elf, the other white meat. Yeah, yeah. hmm
Barbecued elf. Uh,
Have you had that elf ear tip stew? It's so tasty.
all right. So you are across from the Grand Bazaar. You have finished your meal.
Wait, the Grand
The
Bazaar
spice
is what
merchants
number?
await. It's up in the northwest corner, so kind of, yeah, right there. It's actually the building right where you are. These buildings all connected. It's basically one
Oh,
big
yeah.
mall.
There's trees to hang out with in the middle.
It's a strip mall. Goes around in a U shape.
What's Starbucks? What does that mean? I've seen like 3 of them so far.
All in the same building. One on each corner.
Yeah, there's a line of carts around the block. Uh, so it's now, like, say, 6 o'clock in the evening. Sun's getting low, but hasn't set. There's still hustle and bustle in the market, in the bazaar, so people are
So we're
coming
gonna.
and going.
So we should ask around and see who's got the most expensive spices for sale today.
Right? To not look suspicious. Asking,
Wait.
do you got the expensive stuff? Where's
Yeah,
your
all
most
right.
expensive stuff?
So you walk across into the bazaar, and this is what you see when you go in.
Can you tell us the combination code to where you keep the most expensive stuff? Nice.
Nice.
And it's sort of a lot of this, stalls and shops. It's actually 2 levels in the building that you're in now.
Man, what does it smell like? Holy do.
Smells like everything.
Right?
All
Can
the
you
spices
imagine?
mixed.
It has all the smells.
I've never been to a spice market, but I could only imagine. Holy moly.
It's like those candle shops that you walk in and it's just
Oh,
every
Bed
smell
Bath and
known to
Beyond
man.
kind of.
Yeah.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
A little less sweet. A little more earthy.
Or does it
So
just
you
totally
have
smell like curry? That's it. Just overwhelming
No,
curry.
it doesn't. I mean, each spice merchant has their specialties, and most of the most of the things that are on display are the raw materials that have not been ground or toasted yet.
All right, let's look through our skills and see. Wow, I'm pretty skillful for. I don't get. I better check that. Why do I get so many damn skills?
You got skills.
I think I got too many skills. Anyways, let's say we try to. We don't have a rogue, huh?
No,
Hmm.
you can't go rogue.
Let's say we set up a observation, like find one of the more expensive shops, see if they've been robbed. If they haven't been robbed, then we'll like scope it out for a little bit.
Well, how are you going to determine if they've been robbed or not?
Well,
Well, I
didn't he
mean,
give us the name
Dudius's
of the
plan
one
is
dude
just
and
to
his
ask the
son,
shop owner.
Zoltan or something like that?
Or we could just talk to
So,
the Spice Weaver.
yeah, that guy. Oh, that's right. We haven't talked to him yet. We should go there. Thanks for keeping us on track, Bob.
It's all good.
Somebody needs.
Spice
Zaire,
Weaver.
I can't remember his name.
Does he got like a big window up in the top building where you can look over the whole spice market? Like up here, like that's his little window up there.
Up on the balcony.
Oh.
Okay. So you look around the market trying to find Zara the Spice Weaver.
Zara, yeah.
I mean, we don't just look around. I guess we kind of ask around because we don't know what the guy looks like
Yeah.
either. So,
Hey, you know somebody named Zaros?
excuse me, old lady, buying all that turmeric and
Turmeric to go.
can you tell me where the Spice Weaver dude's at? The one in charge?
Yeah, he's up 2 buildings over, up on the left. You can't miss it. It says Zara Spice Weaver. Find
Okay,
spices and
you're
exotic options. That's
you're so
generally the
kind.
giveaway.
May EO ever get the warts off your face?
I don't have any warts. What are you talking about?
Everybody goes,
See, it worked.
"Ooh."
Oh,
He works in mysterious ways.
I was gonna have wheat. What? Huh? And you leave the person in general confusion.
Yes. At least I didn't have to give her any money, so that's fine. That's fine.
There you go. All right, so you wander through the bazaar a little bit. You get a sense of the place. It definitely has hustle and bustle. You know, you've got like, it's not organized, like it switches from a spice merchant to a curio shop to a potion shop to, household items. You see someone selling knives and daggers, but no, larger weapons, and just all those kind of things all mixed around
As we're
with kind of no
meandering through, I
no
want to
rhyme or
keep an
reason.
eye out for anybody that looks like they're there but not shopping.
Well, there's definitely people who are browsing. There's like, the uh, Clearwind version of Starbucks having an espresso or a Turkish coffee or whatever it might be, kind of little cafes. There's a few little cafe spots where people are hanging out. You don't see anybody sitting on a bench, hiding behind a newspaper.
Hmm.
You find nothing super obvious like that.
All right, I'm just gonna ask this: do we see any monkeys? Just to clarify. About
You have
Earth,
not
is it?
seen a monkey.
All right.
Keep your hand on your pouch.
Monkeys and small
All right.
children. I'm out.
So you find Zara's shop, and I assume you just head in because that's like easier.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm expecting a bell to ring when you open the door, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Come in.
it is unlike some of the open stalls, it is a proper shop. So it has a door, um, and you go in, you see this
Phew.
gentleman behind the counter, and there's no real other people there. So you kind of guess that's Zara.
Like, are you Zara?
I am. How may I help you, sirs?
Uh, we were sent here to investigate the thefts of stuff in the bazaar. We were told you were gonna help us.
Oh, you were sent by the Adventurers Guild?
Yeah.
I see.
Calm down.
What have you ascertained so far?
Your
Uh,
bazaar's very busy.
there's a lot of
Well, it is the hub of
spices,
summer.
and
Spice. We're a culinary capital. People love their spices in this town, both at our shops and restaurants they go to, as well as for the finest cooking at home with all the private chefs that we have here.
so have you seen any ferrets around?
Ferrets, like little furry things that are long. Is that
Yeah,
what a ferret is?
that steal
Um,
things.
I usually use cumin with the ferrets. Little garam masala sometimes. Little thyme. Is that what you're
Those
looking
sound
for?
delicious.
Spices for ferrets? Do you
Uh,
roast them or fry them? Grill
w-
them? How do you make your ferret?
ferrets
On
that
the
are
spit.
stealing spices.
Oh, no, ferrets don't steal spices. They get roasted in them.
Do you do you know anything about like what was stolen or
You got a list? I mean,
Uh, Well, I have talked to some of the other merchants, and what we've seen is all this, like if, you know, sorry, one sec. All of the same types of spices are stolen in the same day or two, and then they become, of course, extremely expensive because no one has any supply or very little supply. So like Elder Gleam Saffron, Dragon's Whisper, Mistborn Pepper, Starfall Clove. Those are the four that have been stolen. They're all quite rare. They're very flavorful, very popular with the high-end households here. And like one day, just all the Elder Gleam Saffron in my shop vanished, and I only had maybe 3 jars and 3 jars on the counter and a small cask of it in the store, the storeroom portion of the shop, but it was all gone. And 3 other merchants reported the same thing.
Was the cask gone, or was it just empty?
It was gone.
So what
Came
is
in,
it like?
unlocked in the morning, and it was missing.
Was the door unlocked when
door
you
was
came in the
locked.
morning?
The door is very much locked, and I'm very certain they locked it when I left.
And how? What day was it? Was it Saffron Saturday?
3 days. It was 3 or 4 days ago.
The last time something was stolen?
Well, that's when the saffron was stolen. A week before, the Dragon's Whisper was stolen. About 4 days before that, the Mistborn Pepper was stolen. And 2 days before that, the Starfell Clove was stolen.
So does
So it's
anybody
been a
else
week
in
since
town
the
sell
last
these?
thief.
It has been a week, but I've also had guards posted, and I hired an overnight guard for the shop when we're closed.
Huh.
Is the inside of the shop visible when you're closed at night?
Oh, we have a window. You can see that, right?
Yeah, but is the window closed up at night?
The window
Meaning-
doesn't open.
Doesn't
I mean,
have shutters or
boarded
anything?
up, covered up, so that you can't peek in. I'm just curious because at nighttime, if windows closed, then it's easier if a thief is inside, to do what they're doing without being seen.
Oh, well, no, I don't have drapes or shutters or anything in the window. It's really just here to provide light to the shop. And of course, at night, the suns are not in the sky, so there is no light. And the moon is not very bright, at least this part of the month.
Does it look like the door had been jimmied or any kind of way they broke in? Like the locked door, he says?
You can go inspect it yourself, but this door in this shop is over 400 years old, so it's all pretty well worn.
Yeah.
I don't keep any coins in the shop. I take those home with me at the end of the day. But usually I'm would be worried about somebody just stealing the coin out of the cash box.
Was the cask in the back room labeled? I just find it curious that they knew exactly which one to take.
Well, it does have a labeling, but it doesn't describe the exact ingredients. So it didn't say Elder Gleam Saffron or anything. I have my own little short code, so it said ES4.
Do you
So,
have any employees that know your code? Or former
Um,
employees?
Well, my last former employee left 55 years ago.
So a recent fire.
Yeah, and the two assistants I have in the shop have been here each for 60 or 70 years. These now, so they live a long time.
Would it be possible for us to be added to the night watch for the next couple days to kind of investigate this?
In the shop or in the bazaar overall?
In the bazaar.
Sure. I can I can make an inquiry for you. Let's see. We will get the manager of the Grand Bazaar, and we'll ask him to add you to the night roster. Eldrin Greenleaf, you can go see him. He is, and he starts pointing and moving his hands, and you can't quite follow his directions, but you kind of get a little of a over here, over there, left by the staircase. And it's the small office just off the big fountain. And you've not seen a big fountain yet. And then a couple comes into the shop, and they hail, Zara, we need this. And he says, excuse me, I have patrons. And he steps away and goes and deals with customers that came into the shop.
Does anybody want to sneak
He
around?
gave you some very vague directions to where Eldrin Greenleaf may be found.
All right.
You want
I'll
to
try
wait,
and
ask more
try and
questions of
follow
him?
them. I don't have any more.
Okay.
No, Dudius is done asking questions. We need to go get. We don't have Elios with us, do we?
No, he's still at the library playing with
Let's go to the
books.
library and get Ilios because he asks better questions sometimes.
He fell asleep drooling on a book.
What time do you close up for the night?
I close my shop up at 8, Sarah says, but other merchants have different times. The vegetable merchants are usually closed by now, although a few remain for the last minute shopping for supper. Most of the hard goods merchants close between 8 and 9.
Any
The wine merchant, the liquor merchant, they stay up late.
notes
People always
about
want a little more drink when they've had some drink.
any notes about when the items were taken? Any particular, like, was it early morning that was coincidentally, or was it all different times that stuff was stolen during the
Well, in
night?
his shop, he doesn't know because he closes from 9 until 8, or so he's basically closed for 11 hours. By the time he wraps up and when he comes in to start the day, kind of thing, light the hearth fire and rekindle the lanterns and things like that. The other items seem to all have been stolen, mostly in the evening. No, it's not. And it doesn't seem like just a shoplifting kind of situation because they're stealing complete stocks of certain ingredients or items. He's like, but I only really know what's happening with the spice merchants. There are other purveyors of unique items that have had things stolen as well, be they
We should go ask
curios or
around then.
magical items or whatnot.
Did we get a sense that the investigation that the city guard did may have some information that we could use? Like, were we given that, or do we think we should go talk to the city guard too and be like, "Hey, bitches, you're supposed to give us 15% of what we recover, but you don't know what was stolen, so we could just like take a whole bunch of shit, say it was stolen, and you got to give us 15% of it." Is that how it works, bitches?
Well, the city guard did do an investigation. They likely have a good manifest of the things that were stolen. That feels within their skills. Their investigative prowess is been called into question by others. So there is that.
So I think on the gathering of things, we should gather up Ilios, go to the other shops that we know were stolen, but I don't know how much time we got before they close. If we go get Ilios and then come back, all the shops are probably going to be closed.
They should have runners. You
Potentially.
can hire a runner.
Go fetch this guy for us. He'll give
Not
you your
like
money when you get him.
I blend in. Should be pretty
Ju-
easy to find.
Justin runs fast,
Who does?
just in case.
What?
We could hire him.
He's
Half
half-assed.
copper.
All right, so you were gonna go run to get Ilios? Will the rest of
Yeah,
you
Justin.
investigate
Justin will
around?
run to get Ilias.
We'll meet you at the entrance to the bazaar if it closes before you guys get back.
All right, go ahead and set
If
up a
the
couple of
mall
alarm
cops throw us
rituals.
out before you guys get back, we'll be at the entrance.
Your job is to get us on the night watch.
Yeah, we gotta
My
go
All
find
right,
those people.
my,
That,
my
I'm gonna go
job
get
is
Ilias.
wait. Yeah,
well, we gotta go find that guy who runs the bazaar that
the one over by the
Zara Spice
fountain.
Weaver.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
The,
yeah.
Eldrin Greenleaf. Eldrin Greenleaf by the fountain.
we ask around about have you seen a fountain?
Oh yes, uh it's in the central building.
We'll head over
So
there.
kind of to the northwest of where you are now. Not really in the center, but that's
We
a
go
different
there.
problem. Yeah, like around there. So it's kind of the intersection of those two buildings. There's the fountain. All right, so you go over there and you see the fountain. You look around, you see sort of a nondescript door that you think is probably the office they were talking about. It's unlike all the merchant places. Um, it looks more, administrative kind of situation, right?
It says staff on it or something stupid.
Doesn't have any sign, but yes, something like
Um,
that.
Rag will walk up and open the door.
I, I was like, oh, that works too. He goes, she just walked.
Yes, and you see uh, a gentleman there who is an elf. He says, "Yes, how may I help you?"
Hey, Mr. Greenleaf. We're with the Adventurers Guild. We were talking with the Zara Spice guy, and we're trying to figure out what's going on with these thefts. Um, he recommended we come talk to you about being allowed check out security during the night.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And who again said sent you?
The
Zara?
Adventurers Guild.
Oh no,
Uh,
the Adventurers Guild. Yeah,
we're
Zara just told us where your
we're
office was.
adventurers. You haven't heard of me? I'm Dudius, cleric of
Oh.
Eo.
He's the dude.
If you haven't, you should put it in your book that I was here, because I'm famous.
Got it.
He says that to everybody.
Okay. Well,
We got two more. There,
how
one's at
many
the
of? Oh,
library.
there's four of you. Okay, that's
Yeah,
probably
the
better.
other two at the
You're
library.
gonna do a patrol.
Yeah,
You're gonna just
we
search around. Like, how are we gonna tell you aren't the people stealing things? Like, how do the merchants know it's safe to talk to you or that you're expected to be here?
you could give us badges, like
Uh,
little Merchants Guild
Badges.
official badges,
yeah, mall cop
Uh,
badges.
mall cop badges.
Mall cop. Okay.
Do we get a?
Um,
Do we get a? What are those stupid things called? Segway? Do we get a Segway?
those haven't been invented here yet, sir.
Yeah, but the
Segway.
Segway in this today's world is called a rickshaw. A rickshaw.
Somebody needs to pull it for you. A
That's
self-propelled rickshaw.
his name is Seg, and his last name's Way. That's how. Segway's Rickshaw Company. But that would be in Cerceria, Scarlet. watch that Matakuri's running is the carpets are flying all over the source area.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Carpets are flying. They go scattering to the winds.
Yeah. A very magical city.
All right. I'm gonna,
What's this guy? What's this guy's office look like? Is it like crammed full of like papers, or he's like
has
the
papers, has files. There's maps of the bazaar. There's books, manifests, etc.
so? Do you rent all the structures out, or do people own them like condos? How does it work?
Ah, that's an excellent question. It's actually some of both. There's some individual merchants who own their own space rather. I could speak English. I could do this kind of work. There are some spots that are subleased where some families own them and they lease them out to others. There's a few that we hold for the operation of the bazaar itself that are owned by the city. And so people lease them out for, a year or two at a time. Kind of varies. Obviously, it just depends on the space. We have other impromptu markets in the town, so most of the people here are established and are here continuously.
Is there like a master key to all the buildings?
No, everyone maintains their own locks.
I see.
We don't go in any merchant's shop. That would just not be tolerated. I mean, would you want to have someone has access to your inventory?
Somebody apparently does. That's why we're here.
All right. So he goes to the back of the shop. Not the shop. Sorry, the office. You hear him. Sounds like he's tumbling with a lock, like a safe, kind of. And you hear like a metal door creak as it swings open. And then he comes back and he presents you pins that have this emblem on them. I just have to do my image refresh. Oops.
And then find it wherever you put it.
Rag
Yeah, where the
pins
hell
it
did
on
it go?
right through his chest. Not through his
Did you
clothes,
name
just
it?
right through his...
What'd you name it? That's what happens.
Got called badge. Like that should be totally findable.
We don't need no staking badges.
Would I want a badge?
Shiny.
Did you put it in? No, you didn't share it there.
All right, found it. All right, you are now officially deputized. Collops.
What's the
Because
column?
reasons. No one knows. You've been deputized, so you have these pins you can apply to your lapels, or in certain cases, just pin on your body.
Yeah.
If you're into that kind of stuff.
Rags right through his chest. Just straight through the skin.
Nice.
I
He
don't
doesn't
want to
wear it
poke a
during
hole
stuff.
in my jacket, so I'll just put mine in my pocket for now.
I could put it through your ear like a piercing if you want.
No, that looks pretty rusty. It could give me tetanus. Tetanus, he calls it.
Tetanus. You got a tetanus shot? You
So
worried
we'll
about
put the
getting
other.
rabies?
We'll put the other two.
I could install it there through, right through the teat.
We'll tell the other. We'll take the other two badges for our partners in.
All right. So you have all 4 badges. He says, report back. Oh, one other thing. The captain of the constabulary mentioned that they collected a list of all the items that were stolen. They didn't give me a copy of it. They got it from individual merchants and whatnot. But you might want to check in with the constable and see if they could provide that list to you. It may help with your investigation.
Yeah. Is there anybody else authorized to be in here at night, just so we don't, kill them?
The space is public.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really going into the shops that are locked. The general social protocol is the merchants who have the open kiosks and whatnot just cover their goods, and people generally leave them alone because they're closed. And the more high value shops definitely lock up their own stuff, and several have magical alarms and other deterrents for ill-gotten access.
So,
Good.
as a representative of the bazaar, which you are, would it be all right if my friend here, and I point to the big bear guy, if we found people stealing from your merchants while they were inside of one of their shops, if he smashed their face into like a pulp, would that be okay with the bazaar?
Well, justice is best delivered quickly. Broadly speaking, the constable would prefer if criminals were turned over to him for proper interrogation, investigation, and reparation. But
Well,
I'm
of
going to guess
course, if
that if
they
someone
didn't
was in
resist.
the
Soften them
act,
up a little first.
someone was in the act, I don't think people would be very upset if they met an untimely end.
Okay, you heard him, Rags.
Sounds good.
You could kill somebody. He told you that. Let's go.
Nice.
I think you could kill somebody with your shovel too if you want. It would be fun.
Probably. I hit them hard enough. Or often enough.
I just put a thing into the chat. Can you see that?
Stolen items.
Stolen items. Oh, nice. Big low long
Man,
list.
copy paste and AI.
20
I love it. I
Evans
love
stolen
it.
items. Nice. This is much bigger than just the spices.
Whisperwood
kinds of
timber.
How many
This
of
is
these
over the last
items
few
did we
weeks.
see used in that ritual?
Dreamsade fern. There's some of the things we're looking for.
Star Thistle and Mana 7, 8, and 9.
Right. It just made me curious why.
You don't think the druid that we let go is back in town and she's stealing shit, do you?
Are all the thefts from the same bazaar? Or are any of them outside the bazaar?
These are from the bazaar, the 7 or 8 buildings that make up the bazaar.
But
They're all
other things have been
interconnected.
stolen that weren't in the bazaar, right? Like other high value items.
There were some reports of that, yes.
Like
And
in
and
what
when certain
area?
items were stolen, like they were stolen from the bazaar and other locations that also sold them. So let's say more for consumables,
And
right? Like
and
the spices and the
and this list is a
herbs.
list we're gonna get from the Popo.
Yeah,
All right, but we haven't gone there yet.
I just gave it to you.
Well, I'm saying if we want to roleplay anything over there, then we can go over there. But I don't really.
You don't
Anybody
need
want to go
to.
talk to the Popo? I mean, like roleplay with the Popo? No. All right, we get our list from the police,
You
and then
got
we
the
try to
police.
hook up with the rest of the party.
You all connect. You're back at the bazaar. You have your badges of honor.
Badges.
Hey, Ilio, some of these things I don't know what they are. Can you elucidate?
Well,
That's a big word. I just
I know what a
heard.
couple of these things are. I've heard of Tibbistweed before. It's something
Smoke
that
underleaf.
I'll take a look at this. Am I able to do any kind of check, investigation, or anything to see if see any kind of pattern or any kind of universal use for majority of these things?
So you investigate. You're a learned person. Um, so a few of these things are valuable but not rare. Like volcanic glass, it's rare, but it's not unheard of to find in many places. Whereas some of the essences that were stolen, um, they're quite unusual to find anywhere, and very sought after. They're also not typically things that are sold in the bazaar. Um, and then storm crystals are greatly prized, uh, particularly by those who ply their trade on the lake. Avoid the thunderstorms that roll across and things like that, or cause them on rivals. To be honest, they do both. Um, the clockwork components are, of course, quite interesting to artificers. Um, but you don't see any real pattern of how these things connect. I mean, obviously, from your ritual the mana pool water, the dream shade, and the star thistle are linked. You also know from the ritual that the druid performed those ingredients are linked. Um, star thistle itself, um, well, generally it's rare. Like it's not impossible to find um, in this area, but it's one of the few areas in all of Panovo where star thistle grows is around Clearwind. So on a Panovo scale, it's rare, but in a Clearwind scale, it's less rare.
And you mentioned that it was a lot of small volume. Like, I mean, is it like a whole bunch of little things that a small or tiny creature would have to haul off? Anything
Well, no,
like
I mean, the
dog,
null stones are
like a
quite
dog
heavy.
killing rat might be stealing all this stuff?
No, the storm crystals are reasonably large. The null stones are large. Emberstone is quite heavy. And so
Okay.
there's a few materials here that have
A,
some heft to them.
like a backpack.
It'd be like, yeah, I mean, none of them are very large in size, but the stones and things are quite heavy. I mean, they're stones, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying nothing that needed like a wagon to steal or nothing. But they're
No,
light
no.
enough.
I mean,
Everything could
everything could
fit
be
in
carried
a backpack or something.
by an adult human could carry a good amount of all of these things. Obviously, the spices are, you know, it's
Easy.
really just how big the container they were in. Like, so the cask it was not very big that Zara had the, what you call it, saffron. The Elder Gleam saffron was maybe like a, gallon-sized cask, maybe gallon and a half, not very big. And full probably only weighed, 50.
How many different places were stolen from in the market? You said just four in the bazaar?
Oh, it was more than four.
Oh, is it more than
I thought
four?
the 4 was just the spices.
Yeah. There were four spices in particular that were taken from Zara. Um,
Oh. Bel
but
Merte.
those four spices were taken from every spice merchant in the Grand Bazaar, which there's like, let's say 10 or 11.
Oh, so like all of the Spice World places had like say Tempest Weed and
They
they
didn't
all
all
got
have it, but let's say there's 11 or 12. Let's say there's
or
11
what they
premier
had was
spice
stolen.
merchants. Yeah, and so everybody who had Elder Gleam Saffron all had it stolen the same night. Everybody who had Dragon's Whisper all had it stolen the same night. Everybody who had Mistborn Pepper all had it stolen the same night. So it was sort of like they cleaned out an entire ingredient or item all at once.
From
And that's
everybody.
true. That's true across most of the categories. None of the individual items were in more than 5 shops. So,
And
in fact, only the nullstones were available in 5 shops. Everything else was 3 or 4.
asking around, is there anyone that saw anything? Like, did you hear or see anything? No, not one single like clue.
So you start talking to other merchants. Obviously shops are starting to
Since we
close
got
up as
our
it gets nice
stinking
and
badges
fewer and
now,
fewer
we can
people.
officially.
You got your constabulary call-up badges. Um, you you
The,
talk to one person who was in the essence business, kind of like perfume shop for magic users kind of thing. And he said, the only thing that I saw that was different is they waited until my shipment arrived. Like, I had just put the stock on the shelf, and that night it was stolen. Um, I just gotten, an order, so I just paid out the cash to acquire the materials, and then it was gone.
so, who'd you order this stuff from?
From the wholesaler, Essence
Whoa.
Express.
Is it is
Are all the items on the list from the same merchant
wholesaler?
caravan?
Cisco
All right, so you,
Spices. Cisco Spices.
yeah, exactly, Cisco. So you confer with a few of the other merchants. You can only maybe get to four, three or four of them because people are closing for the day. You don't find any commonalities in the supply chain. You ask the question of, did these get stolen right after your supply arrived? And some yeses, some nos.
Is there like a commonality where they always come in like loading dock, B, and the same three guys like unload the cargo or something?
Yeah, did they have to go through
Most of the people
customs?
you talk to don't have that detail, but they all do come by ship.
Oh. There's docks here?
They're on a
Oh,
lake
on the river, that's
and
right.
a river.
There
How
is
many
like
how
lots
many
of
exits
docks.
are there to this bazaar? Is it just like a couple of main exits, or is it like every shop has its own
Um,
exit?
well, the main building. So if you're looking at the map, each main building has at least two exits. Some have four. Um, so there's a lot of ins and outs. I mean, that's the bottom line. Now, as it relates to the individual shops, most of them are single entrance, single exit.
Would you push the map to me again, please?
Sure.
Oh, just screw up mine, Sven. Let's see how you are.
Well, whatever we can do. No, you're up. You're further up.
Yeah, I
You're up
misclicked.
here.
I don't, I don't know if that's something that. Why do I need to readjust it? Right? I already got it adjusted. It seems like it shouldn't resize if it's already been sized and reshared, but I don't know.
I'm gonna make an extension for that.
I was talking to a guy that can do that. He's like,
I don't know that that's
I don't think he could do that. I don't think he fixed
controllable by extension.
that. I
I
doubt
don't
it.
know.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
The size of
If
a
Oh,
anyone
there's
window?
knows, this crowd knows.
Oh, I think
there's
tomorrow we should go talk to the docks, see if there's been any strange ships leaving with laden with Bibles and rum. Well, it's the triangle trade, it's different, but
So
you know what I mean.
if we think somebody's manipulating the market and like stealing spices and then waiting till the demand gets high and then reselling them at a higher rate, is there any correlation with somebody that has like been profiting very well on spices that were
But
rare?
there's so much more than spices.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's such a
Well,
wide
any
variety.
items. And it was all over the bazaar, or four things in the bazaar, but like how many other places were stolen from? Like 10, 15?
I'm not sure that somebody's making profit off of these things. I think they're being gathered.
You don't think they were manipulating the insider
N-
trading with spices? It's a
No, I
conspiracy.
mean it's. I find it odd that they clean out the entire supply of every shop that has it in one night.
It's
It's
like it's like
so like they're
somebody's like hired the thieves guild to go after a specific ingredient for that night or something, right? Like
well
tonight
like
is
they're
the
trying to
volcanic glass night.
deny they're trying to deny access to certain things because maybe they could be used either as part of a ritual or as a way to stop a certain something. I don't know.
So if we put all these ingredients in Google and ask it to create a, a ritual for it,
Recipe.
what comes up? Is anything?
Well,
Parfait.
Can you take this to the
three of these,
library and
three
ask that
of them
guy Dewey
in
Decimal?
the right celestial conditions can make a potion that cures a curse. You know that. You already have that lore. You know, in a different configuration with some other more common ingredients, they can make a potion that's supposed to be able to pull power out of the earth. Um, but you don't know what most of these other ingredients are or what they could be used for, or not. Sorry, not ingredients, items.
I
Um,
suspect wizards
I wonder if it was the druid stealing all
in
this shit
general.
and now she's gone and she's not stealing it anymore.
Are all the ingredients that the druid was using included in this list?
Yeah,
Only
the
three of them.
three.
all the rare ingredients, yes. I mean, there were common. There were other, very common herbs and things from the forest like birch bark and you know four-leaf clover and things like that. But in terms of rare items, those all three rare items are on this list. And the druid did not tell you where she acquired those items. Although you know because of the Dreamshade Fern and the Thistle that she was able to forage for those in the forest. But you don't know where she got her mana pool water.
Is there enough on the list that was stolen that we could actually have enough to do our stuff easy if we found it all?
All we need
Uh,
is mana pool water.
yeah, you just need a vial of
You
mana
only need
pool
one.
water. So
And there was at
yeah,
least one vial stolen. Yes, we if we find
there were
it,
several stolen.
we got the cure.
All of them were stolen. There are none left for us to buy.
Well,
Correct.
there's the
There was 18 vials of mana pool water stolen.
there's the fair coming up, so we can get some there maybe.
Yeah, 3 more days. Well, 4. A night and 3 days. But yes.
All right, so are you guys Jingo snout paste? It's not on the list, man. We were looking for some snout paste. Are we done? Do we guys want to go get a long rest?
Well, we can also take our 10-minute break.
That
Yeah.
too. That too. I know how to do that. I can start a timer for you know 10 minutes. Ten
Do a
minute.
10-minute break.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put the slideshow on, and we're gonna take a 10-minute break, get a drink, get a bathroom break, and we'll be back for the second half. So you guys go do the same, but come back or don't go away or whatever. But 10 minutes. Are we back? I think we're back. Yeah. Some of us are. Some of us aren't. Bob said he's taking a big old Duke and he can hear us.
Today I finally got Rob's Fantasy Grounds folder with all of the builds and page for every one of his products.
That was a big file.
30 gigs.
Nice. Just don't drop your phone in the commode. I made a bagel. It's your turn to ask questions, Bob. That's why we're waiting. No, I'm kidding. And your room got dark on us, Mark. It's now dark on the West Coast. We can't hear you, Mark, so if you've been talking, then it's been very quiet. Un moment, bitte. No. You are there. Oh,
You don't do anything, and then the audio just cuts out. I don't know what's up with that.
well, we can hear you now.
All right. Can you hear me now? Yes, it is past sunset in the Pacific Northwest right now. All right, we ready to go? Thumbs up, thumbs up. All right. Thumbs are all
Bob,
up.
don't put your thumb up.
All
You're
right,
busy doing
so
something. You don't need your thumb up there.
Jeffrey's on video. Unless he's, replaying.
He posted a
All
little
right,
guy with his thumb up.
there you go. You have re-engaged. You have reacquired the target.
So we're gonna like
All right, you
Do we
spend the
want to stay here
evening
all
in the
night, or do we
bazaar.
want to come back in the morning? Go to the
What?
docks in the morning.
I was thinking we should at least spend a few hours down here, like hiding in the
Yeah.
shrubs or something.
Was there a pattern to the robberies as far as how often they happen?
Not a firm pattern, no. I mean, they were several days apart. It's been almost a week since the last robbery. The last one was a little more brazen than the ones before it, which is what got everyone's attention, which is why a number of the merchants went to the Adventurers Guild seeking investigators like yourselves.
Well, I don't know about that, but they were seeking investigators.
Well, anybody's got to be better
Well,
than
you
the
were the
city
investigators that
guard.
showed up.
Has there ever been
You were the best
Has there ever been a
investigators
week
who answered the
between
call.
the robberies?
So nobody else
The week
answered.
is
Huh?
the longest it's been.
Well, they
No.
may be done, but if not, if they're following the same pattern, I still think the docks is going to be the key. How they're getting this stuff out of here. But
It
I
is the
agree
one
we should.
commonality, which is all of the acquired goods came by ship.
I have a feeling they all left by ship as well. But let's. Problem is we don't have a means
Right.
of communicating with each other.
What? What do you
Do
mean?
not.
Common?
You don't have any Rocky Talkies?
Well, if all four of us are standing there, we're going to be a little inconspicuous. And if we scatter, we can't communicate with each other. If we see
Caw.
something,
We could come up with a secret language.
I'm
If
a
I
birdie too.
caw 3 times, then I haven't seen anything.
What is the cacoff from, by the way? What is there a movie that was in?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Three Amigos.
He goes, okay.
It's like it's a good 5 minute of him
Steve
going,
Martin.
hoo, ha, hello, yo, caca. Over here. It's like a good 5 minutes or something. It's ridiculously funny.
All right. But we have 4 amigos now.
Or we have 3 amigos and that guy.
All right, you got that too.
What Bob's gonna
So to the dock,
set up some ritual
to the
or alarm
cabin,
rituals?
to
Well, we
the
could look around at
or
night and
first.
then go check out the docks in the morning.
How long's the alarm last?
And my
8
quote was from
hours?
Kung Pao, Enter the Fist, where he goes,
I had some
I'm a birdie too. The other guy says,
I had Kung Pao chicken for dinner yesterday.
Nice.
It was really good.
Same thing, just completely different.
So you could actually put like
All right,
multiple
you
alarm
have
rituals on places? Okay.
Doesn't take concentration, so
Let's go around and alarm all of the buildings.
yeah. I did note that he said that some of the shops had magical locks or protections, and they got robbed too.
they did.
Something's bypassing magic.
Well, there wasn't a correlation between the shops that had magical wards and those that were robbed. The information you got just said that some of the shops had magical wards and locks. You didn't
Okay.
actually
We didn't know if they
determine
were the
if
ones
it
that
was the
actually
people
did.
who were not robbed or robbed.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just a statement about the state of security of merchants in the
Gotcha.
bazaar writ large.
All right, so
So,
I could see that Dudius would want to be like up on a balcony somewhere, like overlooking like the main like front of as many shops as he could. Like, is it lit down here at night? Probably not. So what does he get? 60
some
feet of
yes,
dark
some
vision?
no.
only 2 of us have dark vision.
That's like a nice round number.
He's got light source. That's what he's got. He's got sitting in the dark, not seeing shit. That's what he's got. I have light. I can cast light.
Well,
So
why don't
I'll just cast light
Justin
everywhere and the
Dudious
whole place is lit up. Right? Oh, is it
get
concentration?
out the docks while we sit here in the dark?
20-foot light spell as a cantrip?
Kind of.
Oh, the spell ends if you cast it again. Damn it.
That's why you need dancing lights.
What can you do? You just spread them around. Or a pack of torches. That might work.
Disco lights. Well, it varies. Like some places are lit, some places are not lit. Some places are close to deserted, but the main corridors are passable. Other places, have a little bit of nightlife here and there.
I think Duty says about 3 hours in him down here watching. So you guys can determine if we're all four spread out at the same time, or are we gonna like do a watch down here, like 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, or what? All of us down here at the same time, I think makes the best sense. Spread out.
Oh yeah, I mean, we could basically have some of our guys camped out in the center courtyard.
That's where Judy's wants to be, like up on in a tree or up on a balcony, looking down, like somewhere where it's
I
lit a
have
little bit.
I have the spell Stellar Bolt, so if I see something, it looks like a flare. This big, bright, radiant light will shoot up into the sky that you guys can see.
And we hear Stella. Oh, not Stella, but
Stellar, stellar. All right, so you remember as you were walking through the bazaar, you found one place. This is your memory from the daytime. Uh, that looked particularly good, like you could go up in the south of the map here on the balcony and kind of peer over what was happening down below.
Okay.
Um, so you thought that might be a good spot to watch.
oh, just blackness so far.
Oh,
Yeah,
let me
without
fix
the
that.
tokens
Sorry.
on the map, we can't see anything.
It's night. Of course, it's black.
That's what I'm saying. I was waiting for my light spell to kick on. I'm like, hey,
Nice.
You see it now?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So that was the Overwatch during the light when it was still light out. But you thought that might be a good spot to go.
Yeah.
Kind of where the intersection of a couple of different sections come together.
See
There's
if
a
we
few
see
shops
anybody
here and
sneaking
there.
around or anything.
All right. So you want to go there for the night shift?
Duty is
Yeah.
Is
this.
that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
All right.
The night shift. Yeah, the night shift. It's only part of the song
All
I
right.
know.
All right. Do you see things on the map? Let me start with that question. Kind of have you
Things
peering
on the
over the
map.
balcony here.
I see map, but I don't see anything but our tokens and the
Yeah, that's fine.
background.
That's what I
Lights
mean.
flicker.
Oh, we're not supposed
All
to
right.
see
And
things on
then
the map. Okay. No, we don't see what you don't want us to see on the map.
Close your eyes.
no, but you see like the scenery, right?
Right.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
And
it's
the
a little
light
bit
sources,
darker,
and there's like spots that are dark or whatever. Yeah, okay. I
shadowy.
think it's kind of working then.
If
Yeah.
plausible, I'm going to work my way over to here and sort of crouch down behind here, position them so that I can see between them this whole courtyard,
All right.
and hopefully remain hidden that way.
Tokens are unlocked if you want to move. So right now, just mechanically, you're about 20
No,
feet
they're
above
not.
the ground, but there are like
Lie.
ways to go down. Um, so if you want to go over there, you can go over there. You want to reposition. All right. And you want to go on the ground floor over there. Okay.
Yeah, over here, kind of hiding out in the stuff.
Rag and I would be
All right.
like,
Well, now it gets darker.
who's the other person that got dark vision?
Illusion.
Oh, Rag does. That's good.
Rag and
Yeah.
says horses are known for their night vision.
Very
wouldn't let
nocturnal
us-
All right.
creatures.
So it gets,
We could have played a
It's a little
centaur in
darker.
this game. Should have all played a party of centaurs. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Then you could
Yeah,
ride on
just-
top of each other.
We
His
don't need
torch
no
blends
stinking
in well
horses.
with all the stuff that's there.
Suppose it should be in a box. I don't know if it matters if I'm in a square.
I can put in a square probably. Sounds like a thing we would do.
The road
All right.
apple
So you set in for a
adventuring
few hours
party.
of watching.
What are the other two of you doing?
The other two that are up on the balcony watching.
Overseeing the entire courtyard. Watching for
So
motion.
from where they are, 20 feet up, how do they get down besides jumping and taking damage?
There's some stairs on the side that you can go down.
Okay.
Not direct.
Can we like,
That's what javelins are for.
we could do a rope, tie it and secure it in case we need to get down fast?
Stairs. What's wrong with stairs?
Well, if I gotta get down fast, I'll just sprout my glorious wings.
I could just throw you down.
Or there is that gravity.
You could bounce.
So confused.
Okay, so after sitting here for a while,
What are you confused about?
Yes.
Justin's gonna kind of go over near the stairs and do basically. He's gonna try to do a ritual of alarm at the bottom of every one of these stairs.
Okay.
Now, are you excluding us from the alarm, or are we setting them off too?
We are being excluded from the alarm. Anyone else, it'll set off. But
And
all
what
of us will
happens when the
be.
alarm goes off?
Audible?
We
or-
get a mental ping.
What's his
We
choice?
do, or
Mental
just
thing.
you?
I think it's just you.
Me.
Mental alarm alerts you with a ping in your mind.
Or it's audible.
And you choose whether the alarm
Oh.
is mental or audible. Audible. Audible.
Audible.
Audible books.
It comes on your iPhone in the little app.
Yeah.
You can listen to like books. Comes in Audible.
I have a
Uh,
folder
after
that's
30
spelled
days, you have
correctly
to
that
pay
has
for it.
audible in it. It says audible. I just left it.
Audible.
Well, due to the size of the area, I'll just be doing the mental alarm.
Okay.
So
So you
basically,
complete your circuit. You alarm all the stairs. I'll let you do that. Assume you can cast it multiple times or whatever.
yeah.
It's
Right.
a ritual.
10-minute
and then
ritual.
I
You're gonna
will.
stay there in that spot, or you're gonna move.
I'm gonna move. Gonna try to kind of chill out over near the center, so that way I know which direction it's coming from. Try to get, like, kind of hunker down
Okay.
near the boxes. And
All right. So you're trying to be all stealthy like.
We can still see you with your
And-
torch on.
Oh, let me
cover up the torch.
sorry.
It's a light, so just kind of covering
There
up
you
the
go.
light
That's
torch.
better.
So I can just
And
uncover it. And,
your alarm over here goes off, and you see this gentleman coming down the stairs.
Baldy.
do I
Do you
recognize him from?
our
You have
invasion?
not seen him before.
What time of night is it?
Around 10 o'clock.
And he
When
looks
he's-
like he's leaving an establishment.
Is he casually strolling? Is he looking around
Does he have a light source?
like he's
He
doing
is he
something
is
nefarious?
purposely walking. He's basically going
Or so-
from here. He's
It
heading
is
over this way.
constabulary.
As soon as he gets here, I will uncover my light source and kind of pop up and be like, "Hello, please identify yourself." Loudly enough that the other guys know, I've detected something and such.
So loud enough to wake up Dudius and Rag. And they're
Yes.
like,
Stop or he'll shoot.
Like, who are
Name,
you?
rank, and serial number. Go. Charging weapon.
Why are you bothering me? Well, I'm just trying to go home after an evening of work.
Oh, which shop do you work at?
I work at Artifice's Armaments.
Oh,
Is that?
brother, another artificer.
Oh, I got some questions for you then.
you can hear what they're talking about?
Yeah, can't you?
Uh,
I should take
Pretty
this
quite
helmet
muzzled
late.
off.
in
I'd
there.
like to go home. What can I help you with?
I've been trying to find some useful tools and trinkets and stuff for my artificing. Can you recommend like a book or any specific tools?
There's like a whole library in town if you need a book. Tools? We have tools. We have pliers and hammers and files and awls and those kind of things. Although we mostly sell finished goods, we do have some tools of the trade. You should come by in the
Popular,
morning when we open.
popular McArtificers.
Oh, what time do you open?
We open at 10 a.m. We were open from 10 till 9.
He sounds legit.
All right. Yep. So I'll go ahead and like mark down his name and such. I already closed the picture, so I can't actually type down his name.
Garrick
Garrick Ironclaw.
Ironclaw.
Carrick Ironclaw. Say, all right. Have a wonderful evening, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll turn off the
He
light and cross
continues
Is
your
the
on
path.
guy
his
like
way.
all standoffish because he didn't even like show him his badge or nothing, right?
So he
It's
goes
like,
up here, he sets off that
it's like
alarm,
questions him harshly.
and then he goes down that hallway.
I find his lack of hair on his head suspicious.
Disturbing. All right.
I'm glad I've got a lot of hair.
So
Yeah, it goes all the way down your back beautifully.
Those are tattoos of hair.
That must have hurt.
They have a new tattooer
let's
called a
remember
rake.
some of these things.
It's got 76 needles in it.
Quick question. In this, I guess, town or whatever, do they have like ID or any kind of like
No,
identifying? Okay.
no.
Show us your papers.
But it is really dark, so.
Did the
And the
guy
rest of the
Does
like?
your
guys.
alarm?
Did he smell like he was carrying a
Does your
lot of
alarm
spices?
stop?
Sorry.
Does my
Did you
alarm
Smells
what?
a
reset the
little of the
alarms?
lake, to be honest.
Did you reset your alarms?
As far
Yeah,
as
do
I
they
know,
go
they
off?
don't.
Like, once they go off, are they done?
No, they last 8
They keep
hours.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
It
night.
keeps going.
Okay. All right. So your
Every time a
your
freaking
alarm goes off
mosquito
again over
flies
here.
in, a bird.
Elite.
Do I see anyone?
It's a creature. It's gotta be a
You
creature.
do.
Uh-oh.
Tiny or larger.
So you see
Cat.
somebody walking over that way.
Cat, chicken, turkey.
pop up
Same kind of
again.
route. Ooh. He seems startled, like, whoa, who's there? And you see this gentleman.
Another suspicious looking character.
This whole
Hello,
town has
sir.
ears. This whole town has ears. A lot of elves.
The ears are a thing.
Most humanoids have ears, yes.
Yeah, they're a pretty standard thing
Feature.
on people's heads.
Especially
He's had
pointy ones.
Garrick didn't have the very picture he just showed us. Didn't have.
Yeah, he had
Pointy
normally
Yeah,
ears.
Garrick was a human.
So same thing, kind of stand up. Hello, sir. Can I ask what you're doing here?
Going home.
Oh, what's your name and where do you work?
Who are you?
I'm Justin.
Show him your badge.
Oh, I'll show him the
Nothing of a
badge.
sexual nature, I assure you.
Thing built from the waist up.
He said badge. He said badge. No, don't take that out.
Not with a V.
Oh, badge. Okay. What can I do for you?
What's your name and where?
T-Rex dick.
What's your name and where do you work? Like, where are you coming from?
I'm done playing. Sorry.
Roderick Blackfin. I'm the bookkeeper.
Of?
The books.
For what job?
Lydia's books. I keep her accounts. What she's bought, what she sold. You know,
You're the
those kinds
bookshop
of things.
bookkeeper. Sorry.
Yeah.
Huh. Did you buy anything interesting today?
I don't know. Interesting. We acquired 3 rare tomes. We sold 6. It's a pretty good day overall.
Oh, okay. Well, don't let me hold you up. Have a wonderful evening.
Okay. You normally just surprise people at night. Place can be a little creepy.
It's like jumps out behind a bush. What are you doing here? Tell me your name.
He continues on his way.
He's got a notebook. He's writing shit
And
down.
he also goes this way.
Is that apparently the way out?
There are multiple ways out. That is one of the ways out.
Do we know which exit that is or goes to?
That is the exit that is the southernmost. So it's close to where you came in. Yeah, kind of over that way.
Gotcha.
A little further to the west, but in that area. It's a popular exit.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, that arrow's a good spot.
It's right by the Starbucks. That's why.
Right by the Starbucks, exactly.
So cover up the light, hide again. I mean, unless anyone else wants to jump in and do anything.
It's kind of dark down there. I'd have disadvantage on my
Alright,
perception
so
checks, just like I do up here.
another half hour goes by. And this time your trip goes off there.
So altogether, about what time is it now?
Close to midnight.
All right. Do I see anybody around these candlelights or anything?
You do. You can't. You're kind of far to get a good shape, but you see somebody who's not very tall, but has a hat.
All right, I'll wait to see
Kind of
which way he
walking
goes.
this way.
Fireball.
Is it a pointy hat? Because that makes a difference. Does it? Because if it's pointy, then
It's not particularly pointy.
I'll pop up
Alright,
and be
so-
like, "Hello, sir. How are you doing this evening?"
I'm watching him at this point, so he's just
Wait,
within my view.
hat falls off.
Who are you calling sir?
It was Harry Potter.
All right, I apologize, ma'am. It was dark and I couldn't quite see you clearly.
And what are you
Nice.
doing here?
Hat.
Interrupting
Yeah, I like the hat.
travelers
It's a
through.
nice hat.
Oh well, I'm just doing a survey of people's name, occupation, where they work,
You,
preferences and math.
you can quit staring at that. Don't stare at those. Oh, sorry.
Look at the ears.
Look at the hat.
Kind of show her my little badge and be
She's
like,
got a
can
hat
I
on?
ask you
Oh, there's a hat.
Got
where
a
where you're
whistle.
coming from and where you're headed?
Oh, a constable, are you? I am going from here. I am going to there.
Okay. Well, where did you come from within the mark?
Over there?
Oh, which shop?
Is she carrying anything in particular, like big sack or a backpack or anything?
Does she
Nothing
smell
other than
like rare
weapons.
spices? Why do you smell
Just
like
having a
thistle
late
meat?
drink. Meeting a friend. What is it to you?
Who is your friend?
Not sure I'm going to tell you.
Well, would you tell me over a drink?
She looks you up and down. You? How did you keep up with me?
Rag starts
Well,
laughing out loud.
I'll be like, oh, Rag,
She
you
took you
wanna
down!
you wanna come drink with her then?
Yeah!
All right, come on down.
Takes two of you to drink with me?
I'll come down.
Well, you
Oh, we
look
don't
like
need
an
him.
experienced lady.
Oops.
What are we gonna drink? Honey mead?
Didn't mean to. I drink wine or rum.
Those will do, I guess. I'm Rag.
Go back to Erval's.
Yeah, why not?
All right, so she heads back the way from which she came, and then kind of when you don't all hop to, like, are you coming? A little haughty with you.
Get drunk!
And you all follow. So I don't have a map for this part, so we'll
Those good.
I do not
roll
follow.
through it.
I stay in the marketplace.
All right, so okay, so the two of you go, right? So
Wait, which two are going where?
We're gonna get drunk.
Just her and him leave?
Dragon,
I'm gonna-
Justin.
I'm gonna try to follow behind him at a decent distance without
Okay.
being seen. Just so
All right, you can attempt that.
I'm not very good at it, but
All
I
right.
just
Yeah.
Is Justin staying here or is he going with?
So
Justin is staying here.
okay. So Rag follows.
If Ilias follows
then?
Studius and Rag, then I will then follow as well.
no. So
You string yourselves out, and you all follow them.
we get Rag and Dudius getting
Do I
drunk.
sense any danger from her? My danger sense.
How close do you sniff her?
Oh, she's
And where do
definitely
you sniff
dangerous.
her? Where do you sniff her at? Should I bring
I'm
that
going to use
picture
my
back
spell
up again?
book to cast Unseen Servant as a ritual. It takes me a minute. I mean, one action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have it zip over to him and bring a message to him on a little scrap of scroll,
Okay.
telling you that I'm still here and I'm always watching. And you can drop this on the floor if you want to say something back to me over the next hour. And the
Okay.
unseen servant will stay there with directions to return to me with the piece of paper if he writes something on it. So
All
it can't be
right.
seen. So
Do you think we should follow them or stay the guard? Drop out.
stay here.
Okay.
I'm not even sure why he went.
I was
Besides
thirsty.
the fact that he's a bear and wasn't thinking.
That's pretty accurate.
Bears can drink a
His
lot.
first time on a stakeout. Come on, he got distracted.
All right. So, yeah. Ooh, shiny bits of glass. Um. So you follow Thalassia, although you don't know her name yet, to this tavern of sorts, fairly high-end one at that, called Everall's. It's still open. It's in the Grand Bazaar. They're kind of a spirits and wine merchant, but they have a little cozy drinking room. Not your rip-roaring tavern you're more frequent with, more refined and elegant place. And she says, "Well, you brought me here. You're buying." And she puts her hand up and summons a waiter, if it were. And the waiter will be, "What'll it be?" And Thalassia, what would you like? And she says, "I have my regular, whatever these bozos want."
Oh, I'm not. I'm trying not to
They're
be
buying.
spotted. I'm just watching. I'm like following
What do you
behind.
got?
Yeah, yeah, but you're not spotted, but the other two went with her, right?
No, it was
Or
I
is
think
it
it's
just
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 No,
Rag.
no.
Rag.
It's just
just
Rag
Rag.
went
Rag?
with her. Dudius is tailing them to keep an eye
Oh,
on Rag. Justin and Ilias are still in the bazaar set.
yeah. Okay.
Correct.
So Rag, just whatever he wants. So what do you want? So the waiter asks, "What can I get you, sir?" Not
A
quite sure how to address you.
big flagon of mead. I like the honey taste.
We have wines and spirits. We don't have mead.
Oh. Um. You have anything with honey in it?
Jägermeister used to have
Yes.
honey in some of them.
I will find a
Just say.
cocktail that's suitable, sir.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
There's honey in Jägermeister.
So
Whose idea was it to
the
get the
waiter goes
bear
off,
drunk on
and
Jägermeister? It's an epic story right there.
exactly. And then Thalassia is, "Well, now you know my name. What is yours, sir?"
Oh, I thought I told you. I'm Rag.
Rag.
Yeah, with the
That's what we use
those.
to swallow Jack. What's a rag? What kind of name is that?
Oh, um, I'm a bear, kind of kin, and our names are a little weird. We start off very short names, and when you do cool things like you get fame and people know you and you do great deeds or whatever, then you add stuff onto your name. So when maybe someday when I've actually done something important, then my name will grow longer. It'll be Rag something or other.
Rag,
But for now, it's just Rag.
Rag Jaeger.
So you
Ragmeister.
started with rag. You didn't start with
Ragmeister.
just R and added the A and the G.
Yeah, the Rag's kind of like base small.
You got work tomorrow? All right, see you,
I
Jingo.
got that name when I was 2.
May I ask how old you are now?
Oh, I'm all grown up now. I'm 13. I'm full grown.
13.
I still get a
Oh,
drink,
that-
right?
So, what's the drinking age for
In this
Bearkin?
place,
Let's see on the list
For
here.
a
The
6'8"
Panovo
bear.
Panovo Guide to Drinking
the
in
drinking age in this. The Panovo Guide to Drinking says if you can afford this place, you can drink in this place.
it's,
Awesome.
it's like
I don't know if I can
Germany.
afford it or not, but
I think
I'll try.
Germany's rule is if you can reach the bar, you can have a beer.
Yes, pretty much, and even booster seats are allowed. All right, so the waiter comes, brings her a goblet of wine, hands you a copper mug with ice and a honey-smelling cocktail in it. You also smell the spirits.
Nice. How much is this for the two?
5 gold.
5 gold. Wow. Okay. Don't drink too much.
He spits it back. I just want a copper piece worth?
So sorry about my friend out there. He's a little nosy. He's sitting around there scaring people. I don't know. He's got this weird thing about him. I was just hanging out because I heard there's people stealing shit from around here.
Well,
What,
that happens.
Dudious over by the
Yeah.
front door trying to
People
be
have other people
inconspicuous? Let's see.
I'm with the Adventurers
Give me
Guild.
a-
I'm pretty new.
And Dudius is so inconspicuous, he trips over his robe, falls flat on his face in the
Knocks
doorway.
the whole tray table over of mugs.
Ding, dang, ding. Like the most noise that's been made in this place in 12 years combined.
Like the whole place, like,
Yes, definitely
just like goes
sober.
quiet.
Everybody stares.
Dude,
at
he
me.
Pretty
stands
quiet
up.
before.
Everybody
stares at you.
Has anyone seen a bear?
The maitre d' equivalent walks up to you and says, "Are you okay, sir? You made quite an entrance."
I
think he's already drunk.
I seem to have lost my bear.
Oh, he's with the Lady Thalassia.
Oh,
They're around the corner over here, and he points.
and I
I
lean
can take you
forward
to
to the
their
guy,
table.
the maitre d' guy, and I'm like, just don't tell anyone I'm here. And I kind of like step behind him.
Yeah, you told
Just stay.
everyone you were here with your dramatic and forceful entrance.
They're looking at me. I thought they were looking at you.
They're wondering why I haven't thrown you out. That's probably why they're looking at me. I mean, anyone who clearly that drunk
Yes.
should not be having another.
Yes, that's
cocktail.
exactly. If my friend needs me, just tell him where I'm at, and I will be outside. And I embarrassingly leave. Go out the front door. I just hang out on the front porch.
Gracefully exit.
Probably knock
gracefully.
something else over. Well, let's see. I'll just roll a straight up dex check and see how
But you
well
exit.
I get out the door. Yeah, not so good.
You trip on the way out.
Trip over.
You're really
knock some old
selling the
lady.
drug.
Over the same board in the floor, you trip. Same place.
You didn't quite fall on your face, but you did shuffle your
I'm like-
feet and
Knock some old lady down.
half
I'm
stumble. but you
sorry.
make it all the way out.
I didn't mean to step on your mink coat.
Just don't knock over the waiter with his tray of glasses.
I already did
You have
that
to pay
on the
for all
way.
of it.
Again.
So Dudius exits without causing any more actual damage. And Thalassia said, "Well, tell me more about your investigation, Rag. What have you found so far?"
Well,
I
not
know
really
all the
much of
merchants are talking
anything.
about this stuff.
There's a lot of merchants. The constabulary, they said that there was a whole long list of things. I can't remember what they were. A whole long list of things that got stolen. You know anything about that? Do you get something stolen?
Things come and go all the time in this world.
Well, yeah, but things don't usually just disappear.
Well, sometimes they get sold. How long
But
have you been an investigator, Rag?
2
6
hours.
hours. Has it been 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours. That's about right.
This is my
2
first time
hours.
doing an investigation. I think I'm doing all right. What do you think?
I think it's very likely your name remains short.
For now, yeah. For now, I know. I got a lot to learn. But hey, we're looking for them. My friends out there, they're not quite as social as I am. They're hanging out outside. I don't know, scared of women, I guess.
You're gregarious?
Yeah. I liked your hat.
Thank you. Had it specially made.
Where? Like here in the shopping center?
Oh no. No. Across the lake.
Across the lake. Oh. How far is it across the lake? Is it like a day or two?
Distance or time? Well, I
Time.
mean, so Star Lake to Fairpool, probably depending on the wind, 2 days. It's definitely overnight, even in the best wind.
Never been there. They sell a lot there.
Oh, it's a very large city. And then if you go from Hollow Fort down to say Fogtown, it's probably 3 days on the lake.
It's a big lake. Or
Yep.
they have slow
Star
boats. I'm
Lake
not
is
really
one
sure
of the
which.
3 or 4 largest lakes. Oh, but at least the ships I know of are fairly fast.
You live here or you travel around? You look
I travel
experienced.
around. I ply my trade across all of the major cities on the lake.
Oh, you're a trader. What do you trade in? Goods and services? Spices?
Information, materials, needs, wants, desires,
Oh,
rare items.
everything. You setting up a shop
Whenever
for the
there's a market
bazaar?
for it. The bazaar, no. Although I have clientele in the bazaar.
Oh, does that make
I do
sense?
not have a shop there myself. I'm an acquirer of unique objects and items for them.
Oh, that sounds fun. Where do you acquire them? Like, you just know everybody everywhere?
Well,
Or do you go
I
adventuring
do
too?
know a lot of people, but adventuring not as much. See, my family has a fleet of ships where we trade.
That
We
sounds
move
fun,
goods
though.
to and fro.
Not really sure about sailing. Haven't spent any time on the water.
Well, the lake is quite large, but it's no ocean.
What's an ocean?
A very big lake with salt in it. Very big
Sounds
lake.
terrible. Salty lake. Ugh.
Well, not as constrained as these lakes, for sure.
The salts
But
get
Star
all
Lake is the
burned.
third biggest lake in Panovo.
Hmm. All right, cool. Well, it's nice to meet you. You gonna be around here? Maybe I'll stop by and say hi another time.
I'll see you when I see you.
I hope so. And Rag will stumble out. I don't know how drunk he is after that drink, but he chugs it.
It was definitely not a chugging drink, but not too much. It was not.
The
It was well made, but not potent for somebody of his size.
the Clairwyn Mule, is that what they called it? The Clairwyn Mule? It's like
They
a
watered it
Moscow
down
mule,
for
but
me.
served in a copper
So you
cup.
left her sitting there?
Clearwood Honey Mule.
A Moscow mule
Did you-
with honey.
Did you leave her sitting?
Did leave her what?
You left her sitting there at the table,
Yeah.
and you didn't pay when you walked out. So it's all
I
on
paid
her.
when I
but
paid when the
definitely-
drinks were delivered.
Oh, okay,
I already
gotcha.
paid.
Just
Yeah.
You
I was thinking you
definitely
stuck her with the
So-
bill.
Oh no. I'm down 5 gold. Huh?
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
when you
You would not have made it out there. There would have been no dine and ditch.
No. That's not what Rag would do ever.
when you come out front, Dudius is just sulking in the corner, embarrassed
Ugh,
about
you were
it.
loud.
Sulking.
Embarrassed about the whole ordeal. He still got like spaghetti sauce splashed on his suit.
We're gonna start calling you Twinkle Toes. Cause your
He's like-
dance moves.
He's like,
So does
Face
Reg?
plant.
maybe we should go to the Adventuring Guild and hire us a rogue, because I suck at it, that's for sure.
Does Reg like suspect her for dealing in rare goods and all that?
Rag absolutely suspects her, but he wasn't going to say anything that indicated he suspected her while he was there with her.
So Dudius is like,
Gotcha.
hey,
She's number
Rax,
one on his list of suspicious characters.
did you get her
Of
number?
course, she's the only one he's talked to, so
I mean, she's the number one suspect because you have one suspect.
yeah,
I mean,
that's how it works, right?
Did you get like where she's? Never mind. You're not back at the party yet. You two are talking.
Oh yeah, we'll wander back and
yeah,
and chat with you.
we'll chat on our way back, and
Rag is helping Dudius clean himself off.
well, it didn't have to lick it, but that's working pretty good. Thank you.
Tasty.
Wait, is that a red rocket? No,
Dudius.
no, put that away. Get away from me.
Nimble.
We make our way back to the bazaar.
All right. So you all go back to the central court of the bazaar where you were kind of hanging out, and you compare notes. Dudius tries to gloss over the fact that he fell on his face, but it's sort of obvious.
And Rag emphasizes it multiple
Based on
times.
yeah.
Dudius,
And
you're so
he fell out.
famous. How can anyone not recognize that you did that?
Well, hey, do you think
Famous,
that
notorious,
made
it's
me
a
more
thin line.
famous by being a total klutz? Because I could pull
Yes.
that off pretty good.
Well, the funniest part was when he fell face first into the fat innkeeper's ass. That was the funniest part.
I think
Yeah,
that's
that
where
why
the
his hair's
spaghetti
so
sauce
slicked
came
back?
from. I think that's where the spaghetti sauce came from.
And
That
that's
you
why
licked off
his
my
hair's all
jacket.
slicked back. Like
Maybe that wasn't spaghetti sauce.
Well, he spilled it on you, I think. Not quite sure.
It
It's
came out
entirely
of his
possible.
crack.
I was in the next room.
Well, you licked it off my jacket, so you had to know if it was spaghetti sauce or not.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. It all tastes the same.
You had Jägermeister,
What else
so
did you learn?
couldn't taste anything anyways.
Yeah. I'll tell him everything that happened and tell him my suspicions. Again, because I have
Okay.
no one else to suspect.
Yeah.
The
where can
duty
we
is-
find her?
You're all cut up.
Duties didn't even notice that she was in the bar because he just totally screwed up. He didn't even know if Rag was in the bar.
You never did actually see her.
So.
Yeah.
Oh man, she was gorgeous.
Well, you didn't get a location, but you said something about having ships.
Yeah,
Plural.
She has ships. I'm assuming she has part of some kind of a trading organization or
She has a unique hat.
illicit smuggling or whatever.
Can
So
can
down by the docks might prove some additional information.
did it like was she like very familiar with the place that she went to, the bar? Like did people like know
Oh
her?
yeah,
Like
she was a regular. They knew her
so
when she
Yeah.
walked in. Called her by name.
he's like, well, maybe one of you guys could like go over there tomorrow night or something and follow her back to her ship or something. But yeah, I don't think I should go around that place for a while. They'll
I
recognize
will
me
say
for sure.
it's expensive. Tasty. Drinks are a little weak, but expensive.
The
Not enough
glasses,
honey.
the glasses sound pretty expensive when they smashed all over the floor.
All right, should we get back in position?
Oh yeah, let me go back up here on this dark balcony. Like I'm helping up there. I climb back up the stairs.
You're back up
It's
here.
not that I'm
I'll just move
helping
you.
by watching up there. It's that I'm helping by being out of the way up there.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner.
Backup cleric on the
You stay out of
porch.
the way. Bad
Just stay
things
up
don't
there
happen.
and heal.
Okay, cool.
Rag, what are you doing? Are you staying
Frank's
down
gonna
there?
come over here and sit down next to this whatever it is stall.
Just
Yeah,
sits on
it's
the
like a
floor. Clunk.
Just sit down on the
card.
floor. Pretend to be drunk. Just sitting on the floor like he's passed out.
Probably not too
All right,
far
roll
from
me
it.
a d20, please.
Wow.
Oh, Wendy.
Ooh, nothing happens.
Ooh, you needed to roll a 1.
You wanted to roll low.
Yeah.
Sucks for you.
You do get
Alright,
turned
so you
into
guys
a
hang out
sheep.
for another few hours, and it's uneventful.
All right, let's go get a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, you're gonna
So
go
we go.
back to your place that you've rented.
Yep, gonna get a
Yep.
long rest and then gonna come back and report what we encounter.
Who
Okay?
are we reporting to?
Who? I mean,
The guys that
the realtor
the
agent gave us badges, so is he in charge?
yeah, whoever gave us badges is who we're reporting to.
We did nothing, and we're all out of ideas.
That's kind of who hired the Adventures Guild. Basically, is how it worked, right?
Yeah.
You guys didn't talk contracts at all. We're doing this for free, out of the kindness of our hearts, because you guys are terrible people.
No, the Adventures Guild said they pay us 5 gold a day.
15%. 5 gold a day.
15%. We're already
Oh, that's
trying
right,
to find.
15% if
15%
we
of-
recover
if we get it
goods.
back. Yep.
We're,
And 5 gold per day, 2-day minimum.
and we're trying to like tell the shopkeepers to up how much they got stolen, so we can get more than 15. Get a higher percentage of the 15. That character's not
With
even
my
thinking
first
that way.
day's wage.
He's pretty
So
goody
just to walk
goody.
through it, you're gonna go back to your
Mostly.
place. You're gonna take a long rest. Then you're gonna go to the
Docks.
Adventurers Guild and report in.
No.
Or you're gonna report
going
into
to
the
You have nothing to report.
manager of the bazaar.
Yeah, I don't think we're
Manager
going
of
to
the
report
bazaar.
in
Nothing
anything.
to report.
Nah, I don't think we need to go to
No,
the
just the
bazaar.
people that walk through that we saw at night.
We don't need to go
And
tell him nothing yet. Wonder if he's in
Reg
on
was
it.
suspicious. Reg was suspicious of Thalasia or whatever her name was, so we should probably report that to the manager. See if he knows anything about this person.
Tomorrow. We should do that
We should go to
tomorrow.
the docks and see.
Or later
we can
today. The docks, I
gather
think, is
information.
first.
Yeah, let's have something to base our suspicion on other than me chatting up a pretty girl.
So, does anybody, like, know how to talk sailor? Yar stuff.
I have read many
I
books
don't
on
think it's an
sailing.
actual language.
I'm not
I
even
have sailors
sure.
in it, so I am well equipped for this task.
My character
That's
doesn't
good,
even
'cause I've
have
never
enough
read a book.
background that I even know what city he's from. You know, I'm like, I don't actually own the player's primer guide, so.
So you're gonna go back to your place for a long rest, right? Let's start
To
with
the
a simple task.
to the cottage.
Yes.
To the cottage.
Yes.
Let's do the level up thing
Pretty much
first.
morning time, early morning time. Gonna call it a day.
Yeah, we're gonna
Head
be at
back to our
least
cottage, have a long rest.
like till noon or something the
Wake
next
up at
day.
noon. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Hungover.
Freaking
Not really.
sore from sitting on this stone freaking porch
From
for.
falling on your face. Be honest.
No, it's from sitting on the.
All right.
No, it's from sitting on the stone. It's totally from sitting on the stone.
All right. So you make it back to your place. You turn in for the night. I need both Justin and Dudius to give me a D4.
Roll a
Please.
D4. Roll a D4.
Roll a D. All right. You both make it through the night, but you are not super restful. But you do receive a long rest. That's what you were after.
I have bad dreams. There was waiters laughing and pointing at me. It was horrible.
Yeah, so you keep running through your fumble in your mind over and over, and every time it gets worse. It builds, it builds.
I should take a look at my spells for
All right,
today.
Rag,
Mm-hmm.
roll a d8 for me. So, in reflecting your cocktail with Palacio, you also remember now, you couldn't quite place it at the time, that you did pick up the aroma of the lake just as an undercurrent with her, much like you did in the other, was reported to you by the other people that Justin spoke to.
Okay. I do have a keen sense of smell as a trait. Advantage on
Yeah.
perception checks for smell.
So all three smelled like the lake?
And yes, the two who you encountered first had a stronger smell that Justin was able to detect. And then Rag, when you were walking back to the cabin, the wind shifted such that it came up from the lake, and you smelt that smell, and it triggered the memory that you had the faint or odor of that on Palacia as well.
Okay.
Okay, so you are long rested. It is now, let's say, noontime. You are hungry. You want to go eat something. It's been a while since you had your stew. So you can eat your own rations, which you have, your fruit and veg you got from the farmers, or you can go somewhere. It's your choice.
Meat on a stick from that vendor down by the dock sounds
Yeah,
nice.
whoever's got meat on a stick sounds delicious.
Meet on the stick guy at the dock. Okay. So you go to the Clearwind version of Yelp and look at where can I get meat in the stick by the dock.
And we sort by reviews.
I'm sticking with my apples and carrots that we got from the farmers.
You know the trick to the best restaurants on Yelp? You will always want to go to the place that's 3.5. Because the food is excellent and the service is crap. You average the two, the 3.5 is the win. Anyway, sorry. Although
My
specifically
motto
somebody said
is
that was a
if
trick for
I have
Chinese
to look
restaurants.
at Yelp, I'm not going there anyways. That's
All right.
why do I need to look at Yelp? I'll just go and try it myself. I don't need other people telling me what they think.
All right. So which docks would you like to go to?
The one that they're
Because you
selling
have
the
the ones in East
spices out
Haven,
of.
the larger.
The one where the
Well, you
thieves are
didn't
going
actually
to.
exactly
Yeah.
get that information,
The one where the hot chick hangs out.
but you suspect that it's much more likely that it's the docks down in
Westport.
Westport, K, because that's where a lot of the larger commerce items come from. The east side tends to be more the agricultural items.
Jefferson Shipping and stuff. You know,
Exactly.
over on the east side. I'm kind of imagining that Dudius has never really been to a port. I think he kind of grew up in
That's
a
likely
church.
true.
Like his whole life was spent like around the same church somewhere. So he's just
Yeah.
it's like his parents lived at the church. He lived at the church. His dad was an undertaker or something.
Sure.
I don't know. But so he's like pretty impressed with all this. He's like, "Wow. Those things actually don't sink?"
Justin's going to be on the lookout for the 3 people that we met last night.
Ah,
People.
okay.
I'm going to try to find a harbor master or anything the equivalent thereof.
Rag
Well, there's a
and
dock master.
Dudius are getting another meat on a stick. we went back. We're like,
Ooh.
those were good. Let's get another one.
Well, there's a definitely, the livestock comes through the west side and the neighborhood just above it, which is called the Cattle Arch. So that's the best place to get meat of any kind, let alone meat on the stick. And so they have, Michelin star meat on a stick. Particularly if you don't really ask what kind of meat it is, it's even better.
You got meat before
It's
it goes on a
ground,
stick,
whatever.
and then the meat on a stick.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
Dudius isn't too particular about what the meat is.
Lizard,
Correct.
skunk,
As long as it's not Celestian, then we're fine.
elf. Oh,
Celestian's tasty. Well, your meat on a stick
I'm
sets you
sure.
back a copper.
Why wouldn't we all be
It's
very
good.
tasty?
one
And
copper.
he kind of tries to
Yeah.
do his pecs.
I mean, each person.
Yep.
But it's good meat on a stick. Fabulous meat on a stick, in fact. All right, so you go start investigating the west side.
West
You
Side
go to the
Quay.
dock. You find the office of the dock master if you want to go talk to the dock master.
Yes.
That's an option. That is a distinct option.
So I have the notes that with the days of when things were stolen, and so I'm going to talk to him. I know you have regular merchant ships that go back and forth and provide goods to the bazaar and other places here. I'm looking at these particular dates. Do you remember one particular ship coming back and forth that's not really part of the rest of the crew, rest of the group that you normally meet and see? A newer ship that you may not have recognized.
Look at the dates again. So you give him the dates. He looks through some books. He's like, well, there's a lot of vessels that come and go. There was none that are on this schedule that you've outlined. There's 2 or 3 that have come and gone on some of the days, but not all of them.
Does the Bloodwave family have a fleet of ships?
Oh, the blood waves? Oh, fleet might be an exaggeration. They have a few ships, maybe 3 or 4.
Do they line up with these dates?
He looks he's like, no, they haven't. There's one that's been in port recently. The rest haven't been here in a few weeks.
If a person wanted to move some stolen goods, what is the easiest way for them to do so using the lake?
Well, it depends where they stole them.
Those are.
I mean, we're on a lake and on a river. Those are basically the two options. You're moving things by water.
I'm imagining Rag and Dudius are kind of like lollygagging behind outside. But isn't Justin with you?
Yes.
Oh, you just be quiet over there, Bob.
No, Justin's just kind of listening and thinking to himself, while Ilias kind of handles most of the negotiation / question. Justin would kind of
Okay, so
pipe in. Do you know where we could find Miss Blackwave? Her name is Thalasia Blackwave. Do you know where I could find her about this?
Flood wave.
On the only ship that just came in the port.
Thalasia came 2 or 3 days ago. Her ship's here. She's ashore. I don't know where she is exactly.
Could you point us to her ship?
Sure, the Clearwind Mariner? Sure. So he points out into the lake. So there's a boat. Well, there's many boats. There's maybe 15 or 20. But there's one that's decent size. It's not tied up to the pier. It's moored out in the
Anchored.
lake itself. Yeah.
Anchored.
Essentially, the piers are used when they're loading or unloading cargo, but if the boats are just hanging out, they put them further out to water and come and go on a longboat.
A
He
jolly
named her
boat. A jolly boat.
He called her boat the Clearwind Mariner.
Yes.
Oh, so she named her boat after the city.
After the
Well, it's a
what?
different spelling.
It translates to sailor fart. Clearwind
Because my
Mariner.
character is more intelligent than I am, is there anything I can kind of roll or investigation or anything I can do to see if there's anything blatant I'm missing?
Yeah, he'll give you he can give you a list of the ships if that's helpful. That matched your criteria that have come or gone at one of the time windows.
Okay.
That's helpful. Let me parse the list here I made up for you. When you're going over the list, one of the names rings a bell, and you're trying to connect the dots. But one of the ships is called the Crimson Corsair, and you have this recollection that there's a pirate group called the Crimson Gales, and it's sort of unusual for people to name a boat that has some intersection with pirates. And yes, the lake's big enough that there's actually pirates on the lake too.
Okay.
Let's do a little cleanup here. That's the only thing of note that strikes out to you anyway. And there's a few more. Oops. there's a few more ships, that are kind of regulars that come and go, like daily, kind of back and forth type ships. They're short haul. These are the ones that are listed here are the ones that go to other cities on the lake. And there's obviously fishing boats and other things like that too.
The Crimson Corsair. That's the guilty one right there.
All right, so I'm going to take the single gold from the party sheet and hand it to him. Thank him for his time and his
Oh, thank you, good sir.
Fatty
clear and
smile.
appreciate your assistance. I know that you do not.
There is one other thing. There's one unusual thing I should probably mention, which is
After
the
you give him a
Glimshingle
goal, he speaks up a
Explorer.
little.
Yeah, the Glimshingle Explorer left early
Control 2.
during the night a week ago.
Up.
A week ago,
Okay.
which corresponds with the last big heist.
And is that part of a fleet or a group of other ships, or is it a solo?
That one's a solo. It's part of a faction from a completely different part of Panovo. They only really have that one boat that traverses the lake. They seek rare items and then they ship them to Glimshingle, which is on the Western Sea, many, many, many weeks from here.
Okay.
Do you have a manifest of what ships are expected to come back? Like come in within the next few days?
The captains don't always see fit to tell me their return plans. It often depends on what they find to sell, what they've bought, a little bit about the weather. But I would say the Celestial Voyagers usually comes every 2 weeks and hasn't been here in about 20 days, which is a little unusual. That was one of the ships that left after one of the first thefts.
Are there any guards down at the docks?
Yeah, there's the city patrol. Some individual merchant groups have their own security, as it were. You see guards posted around some of the warehouses close to the city wall. It definitely is a law and order part of town.
I think Dudius would like one of the patrols that were coming near the dock master's office or something. He would like start chatting him up, see if he can get any information about known thief guilds that work the area, like
Okay.
organized crime. It's like, yeah, man. I know you're busy and all, but could you help us? We got an investigation we're trying to figure out, and you don't have to stop walking. I'll just walk right with you here. But there's some things going on, and he'll go on to explain a little bit about the thefts.
Well,
See if
there
he's
definitely
paying
is a
attention.
rogues guild that is unfortunately prevalent in the entire Lake Pond League.
Yeah.
Um,
What's it called?
This, they call them the Shade Cloaks, but it's basically a rogues guild or a thieves guild.
Is it like official or is it?
Official's a strong word. Let's just say they're a known element.
Do they have?
They're not part of the official
They don't
government.
have a representative that goes to town council meetings.
Well, there is a
At least,
particular counselor who's more favorable, and that's actually why we call them the Shade Cloaks, because everyone thinks Counselor Shadecloak represents them. But that's not his official position on the League Council, which is like all the guild masters.
you're there too, Rack, or at least nearby. If you,
Yeah.
I know that meat on the stick was pretty good, so you're looking a little
It was
sleepy-eyed
pretty good. Yeah, it was.
there. It's shake cloak. So yeah, maybe for future DM stuff, we'll probably look into the shake cloaks a little bit more.
Yeah, the Shade Cloaks kind of run the gambling houses and other adult entertainment venues, shall we say.
So not so much
Field entertainment is the word they prefer to use.
the the burglary stuff. Not obviously that kind of stuff.
Well, not at least overtly.
Yeah, we have our burglary class this weekend. If you want to show up, it's $10 and you get a free sack
And a mask.
and a mask. Oh, it's midnight in
It is.
the East
Time's
Coast.
flown.
It is. Alright, well, you have started to delve into the mystery of the stolen merchandise of the Grand Bazaar. We'll pick it up next time on All Things Panovo. I just made that up. Okay?
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
thank
Thanks, man.
Let's see if there's anybody we should go raid before we all get out of here. Who's out there?
That was an all RP session. Nice.
Havoc. Let's go raid
It
Havoc.
happens sometimes.
Especially
Get some Havoc around.
when you're first starting campaigns, you got to get into the flow of things.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, Havoc is doing some D&D on Keys from the Golden Vault, mission 6. All right, hey, so Tuesday night, Curse of Strahd, yeah. And then I don't know what happened. Friday, what's going on? No, nothing. Yeah, it's Sorceria on Friday. Yeah, we're good.
Yep.
And then nothing on Saturday, but yeah, stuff's happening. So come hang out. If not, we're gonna go raid. So say goodnight, everybody. Well,
Good night, everybody.
bye.
Good night, everybody.
See you
Bye.
guys.
Thank you guys. It was fun.